Ashley, when you... Wonderful good evening to you live from Winslow High School, Camden Smith, Mike Side with Bill London as we get set for exciting football action here. The Bulldogs, Bill, getting prepared to take on the Snowflake Lobos. The Bulldogs coming off a very tough loss last week to Round Valley, where they got beat 42-8 at home. And we talked a little bit to their coaching staff before this one. It's a game they felt they should have done better in, but they also said Round Valley's the real deal.
Well, they definitely are the real deal. I'll tell you something, but you're absolutely right. When you talk about a big victory the week before, you know, beating the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, I think that was a win they'd had on their radar for a long time. Maybe a little bit of a letdown. Homecoming week, a few distractions. Coach Little, I had an opportunity to talk to him. He said no excuses, though. Round Valley was just a good team that beat them. But, again, it was not one of their better performances. You know, he said he had a good week. We'll see how they bounce back.
Snowflake has had their challenges, as you mentioned, and I'll tell you, Snowflake looks like they are pretty tough on paper. We'll look for a couple of key players as we go now to the Ace Hardware Key Players of the Game, brought to you by contact the Ace Hardware. Their mobile unit will come to you. That's the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. And Bill, there's several players that we could talk about on both of these rosters, but one of the keys tonight has got to be quarterback for Snowflake, and that is Claridge, who's had a terrific season so far.
Only a junior, Tyler Claridge, as you mentioned, doing a great job leading this Seton Catholic team again. But, I mean, Snowflake Lobos. I was going to say that's who their loss came against, was Seton Catholic. Record 2-1. We'll see how Coach Tenney, both teams coming off losses, so tonight we'll see how they come back. Again, Trevor McRae, another part of it, you know, the leading ground gainer for the Snowflake Lobos, 171 yards on the ground. And then also when you look at it, it's the big receiver Flake. He's a 6'4", 190-pounder that is running in the 157 yards. Also, you've got McRae with 107, or I'm sorry, all-purpose yards is McRae with 171.
Also, as we take a look at the Bulldogs, they've got some kids that have played outstanding so far this season. Of course, the Bulldogs with a couple of big wins early, not so great last week, but early on they looked like they were going to be a perennial contender here tonight, or this season, I should say. And the Bulldogs have a full stable of good guys on their offense and defense.
Well, you know what? I think when you talk about the Snowflake or the Winslow Bulldogs, Coach Little always has his team prepared. But you know, we saw it the other 2 weeks ago against Blue Ridge with Velez stepping in. Kate got hurt. He comes in, does a great job at quarterback, and he's only a junior. As well as when you talk about running and most of their yards coming on the ground, Chacon, the big running back. CJ, he's 5'10", 180, but runs downhill. Definitely a north-south kind of guy, and he's going to make sure he finishes. He finishes hard. Also, they've got a freshman who's the second leading gainer, and that's Darian Brown. And again, that's a good sign for the Winslow Bulldogs. Always keeping these young guys. Akeem Foster, another guy on the defensive side. He started as a freshman. This year he's a junior. Another guy that does a lot of things for him. So
Foster averaging 8 tackles per game. Chacon, 41 carries, 213 yards on the season. You mentioned Brown, 20 carries, 115 yards and a touchdown. Chacon on as well with 3 touchdowns on the season. Certainly something to be reckoned with.
Well, he's not going to come down easy. I'll tell you what, it makes it hard for that first guy to bring him down. He's going to keep his feet. Just a tough runner. We'll see if he gets off early. I think he's a key, when you talk about the Winslow Bulldogs. Turnovers, 3 turnovers, I think, early against Round Valley Oaks. That's something they really want to work on tonight.
Chacon, an overall athlete, also coming out of the backfield, 4 receptions on the season with 47 yards, and we'll expect to see him expand those numbers tonight. Those are your Ace Hardware key players of the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, located in Pine Top, Show Low, and Heber Overgard, now with a 24/7 locksmith. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anytime you're locked out of your car, your truck, or your home, be sure to contact the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. Their mobile unit will come to you. That's the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pine Top, Show Low, and Heber Overgard. We'll step away, back with our starting lineups and the opening kick when we return. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Show Low.
When it's time to purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number BK0925918.
This is my town.
Show Low is football and party town, especially when you show up at Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Show Low Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Show Low Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
And there's the kick. Welcome back to Winslow High School. Camden Smith, Mike Sy with Bill London. Also Punt Cooley and Mike Caldwell on site tonight. And Punt, we're going to get you in on, I know you didn't want to talk, but unfortunately that's why we pay you the big bucks, is because you're so good at it.
Yeah.
But Punt, let's talk a little bit about, I mean, you've had a chance to kind of watch both of these teams this season. What are your impressions of both teams?
Well, you know, the first time the first game I watched was with Winslow against Blue Ridge, and Winslow, it was a well-fought game. I think the halftime score, if I remember correctly, was pretty tight, but they came out really strong in that second half. Very athletic team, as we always see from these Winslow Bulldogs. Pretty impressive backfield between Foster and CJ Chacon, and then the quarterback work between Cake and Velez really proved pretty effective against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. So overall, just a very impressive team. And defensively, of course, you know, they're a really aggressive, hard-hitting team. And then, of course, with Snowflake, I think we watched them in maybe the second broadcast of the year, I believe, when they played Mingus at home. And that game in particular, that's the only game I've seen them play. We've seen them play. They were very impressive from start to finish, I felt. Mingus, again, another school always known for producing some good football teams. They battled them hard from the beginning, and just there were so many guys in that game that were so productive, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. Just overall very impressive team effort, I felt, from the Snowflake Lobos.
Punt, when we watched the Snowflake Mingus game, I really felt like Snowflake had a chance to take home the gold ball this season. What are your thoughts, having seen them several times now, and of course with the loss to Seton Catholic?
Well, they're definitely going to be a contender, and you know, you got to believe their coaching staff feels like they've got a good shot at it. Really, the loss last week against Seton always, or at least of late, a very well-stacked team in terms of athletes themselves. They run that spread offense, and actually it looked like they went to a no-huddle type of offense against the Lobos. So, you know, they're a big component to go up against for Snowflake early in the season. So I think they definitely have a shot at it. You know, we've seen, of course, Sholo stumble a little. Of course, they're stumbling against some high-powered opponents, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me if it comes down between Sholo and Snowflake this season for the section up here, at least.
I'd have to agree with you on that, Punt. That certainly seems to be the case. Let's go downstairs. We'll check on the coin toss here. The head referee tonight is Mark Rove.
Captains, congratulations to be chosen captains of your team. I'm your referee, I'm Mark Rove. Your umpire is Mr. Merklin. Your line judge is Mr. Ortega. Linesman is Tim Fruth. Back judge is Mr. Walker.
So he's in.
Snowflake, you're the visitor tonight. That's a tail. That's a head. That's a head. That's a tail. I'm going to flip it in the air, number 16, okay?
Yeah.
You call it loud enough in the air so Mr. Ortega can hear you.
All right.
If I drop it, we're going to do it all over again. In the air. Tails. Tails is called. That's a tail. That's a tail. We want the ball. You want the ball. Which goal would you like to get? Okay, turn your backs this way. White won the toss. Will receive.
All right, so Snowflake wins the toss here tonight. They're going to receive here in the first half. And as we get set for action here, Bill, we take one more look at these two teams. You got to think that both of them are geared up for this one with the losses last week.
Both of them are really trying to bounce back. Again, Winslow with a few guys beat up tonight. I think they've lost an offensive lineman, one of their outside linebackers, and some guys sitting on the bench they normally would expect to be on the field. But again, I think what's going to be the challenge is the physicalness of the Snowflake Lobos. You look at their size, their quickness. You know, they get to the ball quickly on defensively, and then they got a big physical front, well-coached offensive line that get after it.
Tonight's contest is brought to you in part by Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending, your mortgage consultant for life, and also Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling. Give them a call and find out about their special fall tune-up special for your furnace. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. And as always, to our presentation of high school football is presented by Sholo Ford. Drive One. We'll step away as we honor America in the singing of our national anthem. When we return, it's the opening kick of the Winslow Bulldogs and the Snowflake Lobos coming up next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Kick. It's a low line drive kick. He's up across the 20. He's got the 25 hammer down and the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Go deep and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
We'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
And that is a touchdown for Sholo.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
My friend Alex was diagnosed with cancer. I put on a concert with tons of other kids so they could help raise money and lift his spirits.
It's a very good feeling to volunteer.
Kids can really make a difference.
Helping other people in my community.
To do something bigger than myself.
Start at a young age and keep promoting the spirit of volunteerism as you go throughout your life.
Young students make a big difference when they volunteer. Encourage them to learn more about the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards. Visit spirit.prudential.com.
Bulldogs host tonight to the Snowflake Lobos. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. And tonight's contest also brought to you by White Mountain Youth Productions and the kids from Snowflake High School multimedia classes. The crew tonight: Technical Director Forrest Fish, Assistant Director William Oakes, Audio Leah Flake, Field Mike Lene Baltala, Graphics Travis Plummer, Camera 1 Chelsea Weir and Lisa Nicole, Camera 2 Julio Juarez, Fernando Chi, and Camera 3 Gianna Diaz. Brian Hanlon is our on-site producer tonight. Advisor Denise Westover from Snowflake High School and General Manager from City 4 TV and Executive Producer Mel West. Don't forget, games are replayed on City 4 TV Monday and Friday, 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1:30. We're set for the kickoff, and they've put boot into it. It'll be fielded at the 18 by the up man to the 20, out to the 25, knocked down just shy of the 30-yard line. Dallas Jones makes the tackle for Winslow, and the return for the Snowflake Lobos, I believe, was Luke Cron, the 5'8", 141 junior, got that.
You know, just a short kick. He took it right inside the 20, probably the 19. Really overran his blockers, got out in front of him. And again, the Winslow Bulldogs bring him down, but still solid field position for the Snowflake Lobos, starting at their own 29.
Ball at the 28-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 as they go to the gun. Claridge takes the snap and will hand it off straight ahead this time. Zach Solomon has yardage out to the 35-yard line. So a big gain on first down for Solomon.
Nice little job by the Snowflake Lobos. A little bit of trickery as well, you know, coming back to the short side. Little misdirection, headed back to the Winslow sideline. Defensively, you know, you'd probably key play against the wide side. Coach Tenney doing a nice job on that. Nice little gain of 6 yards.
11:23 opening paragraph, second down and 4. Going right this time in the air towards Flake, and it's just out of his reach. Overthrown that time. C.J. Chacon on the coverage.
You know, we talked about Flake. Again, 6'4", good height, leading receiver for the Snowflake Lobos. Again, ball just really out thrown out a little bit, too far for him to get to.
You know, Claridge, and we only have one game recorded for him stats-wise, but he was 11 of 14 in that game, completing 78% of his passes. He's got a big third down play here, 3rd and 4. And they hand it off to Solomon, and Solomon across the 40-yard line has a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down. Hakeem Foster brings him down for the Bulldogs.
And again, you look, it's big on big, just a quick dive across the right side, and nice little gain by the Snowflake Lobos, as you mentioned, getting all the way out to about the 40.
Come on, Dave, here we go. From the Snowflake 40-yard line, a fresh set of downs. They send wide receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, single back in the backfield, man in motion coming towards the formation, hand to Snyder. Snyder slips a tackle to the 45. He'll be knocked out of bounds at midfield, and Brown on the tackle. Schneider got to the outside and made a man miss, and he got the edge.
I tell you what, does a nice job also. Hakeem Foster, leading tackler for the Bulldogs, trying to come across and really picked a bad angle. He's a fast guy that gets side to side, but nice job by the Lobos as they outran him around the corner.
Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, first down for Snowflake. And shotgun formation, hand to McCray. McCray battling his way across the line of scrimmage, has very little to gain there. Out to the Winslow Bulldog 48. Hakeem Foster and Dallas Jones in on the stop for Winslow.
And again, those inside guys for the Bulldogs you would expect to be involved in that. Nice little job by Tenney, though, coming back inside.
$10:15 left to play, first quarter, opening drive for the Snowflake Lobos. Second down, and call it 8. In the gun again, Claridge, long and hard snap count, and it looks like the Bulldogs may have been drawn offsides. Bruce Arias here on the defensive end came across the line. It'll be an easy 5 for the Lobos on a hard snap count.
And again, Coach Tenney doing a nice job as the Snowflake Lobos. That's 5 yards you just gave up. Now it's 2nd and 3, it looks like. Well, long 3.
Claridge lined up in the pistol. He'll pitch it right side. It is Patterson. Patterson trying to get to the edge. He'll be drugged down from behind at the Winslow Bulldog 40-yard line, shy of a first down.
Around the outside for the Patterson for the Snowflake Lobos. Gets around the right side, caught from behind, as you mentioned, shy of the first down, just shy of the 40-yard line, about a 3rd and a long 1, maybe 2.
Lobos need a yard.
Hey, over here.
They go with the tight formation here. Claridge in the gun. They go counter. Give it to Snyder. Snyder has a first down and more. He'll carry a tackler with him down to the 36-yard line as they pick up a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down.
Dallas Jones again comes in and makes the tackle, but just a little counter off the left tackle, and again gets turned upfield before the outside linebacker can come in. Snowflake Lobos doing a nice job on their fakes, really selling it. And you can see that working as the Winslow Bulldogs. They had their outside guy, their outside linebacker had a chance, just couldn't find the ball.
They go back to the pistol here and looking to throw as Claridge rolling left, turns, fires, has Flake, but Flake in double coverage that time. And really Claridge threw it the only place he could, which was out throwing everybody, and it was actually Black who was coming back here on a flag route, and it's overthrown, incomplete.
Porter, as you mentioned it, just running a corner route, Porter Black. Chacon does a nice job defensively, though, really covering him, and he went to the ground right as the ball got there, but still does a nice job defending. It looks like the Snowflake Lobos backing up as they had an illegal man downfield.
Illegal man down the field is the call. Let's go downstairs and check in with our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Camden, I appreciate it. So I'm over here on the Snowflake sidelines, and I got to say, not as big of a crowd as I was expecting for Snowflake, considering it wasn't that long of a drive for them. I keep turning down my my volume on my headphones to see how loud it is on the field. It is actually relatively quiet down here on the field, Camden.
All right, thanks. And does seem a little bit quiet for a football game. They go to Claridge, and Claridge keeps rather, and Claridge going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, driven backwards. He may have lost a yard. Avery Smith comes up to make the stop for the Bulldogs.
Boy, Snowflake does a great job Winslow does a great job sniffing that one out. A double fake, And Claridge tries to take up on the inside, but he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
8.5 left to play first quarter. Lobos now with a 2nd and 15. Fake the counter. Claridge to throw on play action. Has Flake caught at the 25. He'll be knocked down at the 22. Dallas Jones brings him down for the Bulldogs, but not before Flake picks up a Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling first down.
Just a slant for the big guys, Flake, as he comes across from the right side, crosses the middle of the field. Claridge does a nice job leading and puts it right where it needs to be. And he's immediately brought down, but inside the 25, Snowflake Lobos knocking on the door.
Wide receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, hand it straight ahead. Solomon gets into the secondary and is going to be knocked down near the 15 after a gain of about 7. Chris Padilla on the stop for Winslow.
Again, going back to it, just that quick dive up the inside. Padilla catches it, but you know, about 7 solid yards for the Snowflake Lobos on a first down.
Claridge in the gun, looking to throw, swings it out to the right side, caught by Penrod. Penrod 10-5, in for the touchdown. Penrod scores for the Lobos, 15 yards on the touchdown reception.
Well, you talked about Elaine Penrod, lines up as a halfback, just a nice little wheel route around the right side. Claridge does a great job leading him, hit him in stride, and just blasts his way right at the end zone as he's met by the Winslow Bulldogs for a quick score.
On to try the point after try. Brenton Ballard, and we get a penalty marker thrown from the line judge. And offsides is the call against Winslow. Will the Lobos elect to go for it here? Yeah, they pull off the kick team, it appears. And it looks like they're going to go for it after they go half the distance to the goal line on the untimed down. Looks like Porter Black is lined up as the quarterback, and he'll take it straight ahead and gets it across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. So the 2-point try is good, and with 7:35 remaining here in the first, it is Snowflake 7, Winslow nothing. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Cool party. What do you guys want to drink? Can I have a head-on collision with a concussion twist?
Make mine a fatal accident with no survivors.
And you?
A designated driver, please. You know, just a bottle of water.
Awesome.
You're a lifesaver.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. The Bulldogs trailing 8-0, and I had a bit of a schooling there during the timeout from Bill London, reminding me that the 2-point conversion counts as 2, and therefore it's not 7-0, as I had errantly said as we went to break.
I want to remind you that's why they call it a 2-point.
Yeah, thank you. And a deep kick sails over the return man's head at the 5 and goes into the end zone. And back there to receive for
looks like Nick Marquez.
The Bulldogs is Marquez, the 5'10 sophomore. And he comes up gimpy a little bit there. I don't know if he turned an ankle when he went up in the air to try to pull that one down. It took a bounce in front of him, then sails back out into the end zone. So
I think there's going to be a conversation with Marquez, though, just reminding him if he's going to reach up there and try to grab it, he's really got to get a hold of it. You know, the stats from that opening drive, again, the total yards, 70 yards, 1 score, obviously four first downs on that drive.
Lobos take their opening drive for a touchdown. A hand to Chacon. Chacon gets out across the right side. McCray on the tackle, and Chacon looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Bounces out of a tackle and gets out across the 15, or rather the 20, to the 22-yard line.
That's a tough 2 yards. I'll tell you what, Chacon, though, is a physical guy. Again, we talked about it, not an easy guy to bring down. low center of gravity, definitely a north-south kind of guy.
Brown, left side. Lobos snow him under at the 26-yard line, and the penalty marker thrown on the far side. 12 plays, 71 yards, and a touchdown for Snowflake on their opening drive. It was 4 minutes and 20 seconds off the game clock for the Lobos. As you mentioned, 4 first downs during that drive. A pretty good drive for them to open up this game.
Actually, absolutely. And we talk about this last run. Again, Darian Brown off the left side. Chacon leading the way. Darian Brown, only a freshman for the Bulldogs. He got about 4 yards on it.
Going to get a chance to check in with Brandon Todd here in just a moment. On third down, though, a big opportunity for the Bulldogs. A big chance at a first down, and the Lobos blitz up the middle, and they got him sacked in the backfield. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Hey, thanks, Camden. You want me to say something?
It's all right. I didn't have your mic on, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Trey King.
Okay.
Something intelligent.
I'm not sure, Brandon, that we're supposed to come up with what you're supposed to say.
Trey Cake, again, quarterbacking that time. Looked like he was looking for something short. He kind of hitched up and was going to make a quick throw, didn't find it. They grabbed him by his head, a lot of pressure inside, and it goes down for a loss. And it looks like Bulldogs are kicking.
Penalty marker thrown at the punt. Porter Black to return. He spins around and picks up a big block. 45-50 at the 45-40. Now to the 30 of the Bulldogs, down to the 25, inside the 25, knocked down at the 27. And we got a player hurt back here at the 40-yard line who took a crackback block, and he is completely motionless back at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, not a good sight. Obviously, 2 guys down on the field. Snowflake return team doing a nice job really setting up the wall, and you can see that Porter Black starts left, gets a little depth, takes it around the right side, and again, that really sets it up for your blockers, picking angles as they're coming hard downfield, and that's what the Snowflake Lobos did.
See the staff attending to him. A reminder, you can watch tonight's contest online at italk1067.com. That's ITALK 1067.com, as we see the players on both sides taking a knee. Snowflake Lobo sideline, out of respect, taking a knee. It was a clean shot, but it was a big shot.
But, you know, we saw him moving his knee. That's a good sign. His legs were moving, so hopefully that's a good sign. But
Black started here towards the near sideline, then spun around and went to the right, and that's what allowed Penrod to get the big block. And we're trying to get a number for you here in just a second. And I believe Todd is down on the field. We'll check in with him in a moment, as Brandon Todd is close on the field. We'll see if he gets a chance to talk to him. We see the Winslow Bulldog team on the field taking a knee.
I tell you, that's tough, especially when you've got a good return team. Head on a swivel, really trying to keep your it's important when you're going down cover, and you really got to be looking around. You know somebody's coming at you. You just got to figure out from where. And again, the Snowflake Lobos really executing Nate that well. I'm not sure who made the block, but does an outstanding job. But we'll see what happens.
Justin Hartman, the athletic director for Winslow, signaling for the ambulance to come out. Looks like they're going to be taking him to the hospital. As we get a shot of Joe Merklin here, one of the officials. And we'll see if we can check in with Brandon Todd. He's got a chance to get down there to see perhaps what was going on. They didn't want him too close to the action, but let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Yeah, Camden, you're absolutely right. I was just trying to get a number for you guys. It's number 11. I don't know if I wasn't listening. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I didn't hear too much. It was calling. It sounded to me. And this is just speculation. It sounded to me that he was kind of not really all there. They kept saying, hey, stay with me. Not to stay with me. Hey, don't go to the light type thing. I'm saying, I think he was just going in and out of consciousness maybe, but it doesn't look good, Camden.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. And big hit, as we mentioned. Certainly the opportunity for a concussion there. It was Number 11 is Dallas Jones, the 6 foot, 155-pound senior defensive back and running back. And he's already had a bunch of tackles tonight. He's had 5 tackles on the night so far. Dallas Jones, a guy you do not want to see leave the field. And Dallas Jones, tackle-wise on the season, has had 4 total tackles, but he's had 5 here tonight. So a key contributor so far in the game, and it appears that they're going to be taking him to the hospital. We'll step away here, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more, and our best wishes go out to the parents and, of course, the players and friends of Dallas Jones. We'll be back. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. Camden Smith, Mike Side with Bill London. And as we continue here in an injury timeout, we take a look at the scene on the field as they prepare to take Dallas Jones to the hospital. They obviously are going to take all precautions to make sure that he is okay and get him prepared for transport. Looks like first responders are on scene, but they did not have a ambulance here, and we can hear the sirens now as they get closer to the field. And obviously an awful lot of concern. We see the athletic director for Snowflake High School over there, Kevin Stanifer, along with the Snowflake staff. And they are obviously concerned, as well as the Bulldog staff. Coach Little with his coaching staff is there, making sure that he's okay, and we certainly hope that this is not as serious as it appears at this moment.
I tell you what, that's the tough part about it. Again, you know, it's all about angles, and the blockers coming back, setting up the wall, comes back and really caught him off guard, and it took definitely took a shot on him. And just unsuspected, didn't know it was coming. And that's one of those where we talked about a quarterback comes right or comes left and then cuts around, and it really sets up his blocks. Lost a little ground, and then he gets to the wall, and again, they're coming downfield at a full sprint. And as the tackler's changing directions, gets caught off guard.
Certainly will go down as one of the biggest hits of the season. And it's just unfortunate that it results in an injury. And again, our best wishes for all of those that are involved. We certainly hope that everything is going to be okay for Dallas Jones and his family. We're going to take another timeout as the ambulance is now on site and they get set to transport him off to the hospital. We will step away again and remind you that tonight's contest is brought to you in part by Sholo Ford. Drive One. This is Sholo Ford's presentation. High school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide at iTalk1067.com.
To purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number BK0925918.
This is my town.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
Lobos lead it 8-0 here from Winslow High School, and they are still attending to Dallas Jones as we see the scene here. And you can see one of Dallas Jones' relative, we presume it's his mother there, that is obviously concerned. And they're getting set to put him on the stretcher and take him off to the hospital. This is certainly a tense moment for everyone in the Jones family as well as those on the sideline. And I'll tell you, that was a huge hit, and not one that you always get injured on, but one that would be very easy to get injured on. And it begs a question, Bill, even though it's a legal hit in today's game, is it something that we should be considering? Should we consider perhaps eliminating that type of a crackback block?
And giving them a 5th down? I'm not sure what you're asking. Yeah, you're going to punt the ball. I think what you do is you coach up your kids and you make sure they understand your head is on a swivel. And obviously, as you mentioned it, this is probably one of the worst hits you're going to find. And I would say anytime you're running full speed, caught off guard like that, or somebody's running into you at full speed, you're changing directions. You're not aware of them coming to you. There's a higher probability of you getting hurt. It's not shocking. You look at the hit, the impact he took. I think you're going to coach against it. You're really going to teach your guys to be looking for it because you know it's coming from somewhere, and you better be looking for it. And that's what specialty guys do. They're looking around. Nice little round of applause by these fans. And again, it's a shame. These Winslow fans are awesome fans. It's a great football town. They get excited about it. Big street party going on before the game. These fans get into it, and obviously an injury like this, hopefully everything works out. Again, I would hope and expect that some of this is maybe cautionary, just getting him there to make sure everything's fine, which personally I can't speak enough about. I think it's great that they're doing this just to make sure safety, make sure this kid is safe, and which is huge. So
absolutely. Let's go downstairs and check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Hey, thanks, Camden. I had a chance to speak with one of the Snowflake coaches who was able to get closer to what was going on in there, and I asked him, hey, give me an idea of what it was that they're looking for or what it is that they're focusing on. He said, it's a lot of it is precautionary. He was complaining of some back pain, but he was able to talk. He was wiggling his toes, moving his legs, which obviously is a good sign, but anytime a player after a hit like that is complaining about neck or back pain, it's a caution or to err on the cautious side. So good news, he was able to move his feet and toes. So I'll try to get updates for you as I can.
All right, thanks, Brandon. That's a great report. We're glad that at least those things are going well. Perhaps eliminates a spinal cord type of injury, hopefully. So our fingers crossed and our prayers go out to Dallas Jones and his family.
Well, I would say the fact that his legs are moving is probably a good sign. We saw that early on in the shot by our City 4 TV guys doing an outstanding job. You could see he was moving. I think that's a good sign. But again, as Brandon had mentioned, going to the hospital, a good thing. Want to make sure, and hopefully he'll be back to catch the end of this thing. But what a shot he took. And kudos to his family. We are our thoughts and wishes for his safe and healthy, quick return.
Well, we see the ambulance leave the field here, and we get set for action. We are 5 minutes and 43 seconds into the first quarter. Lobos with an 8-0 lead. They had a big return. Don't forget there was a flag on the punt. And at this point, I'm not sure we even picked up what the call was on that flag. But it appears that it must have been against Winslow, because Snowflake's going to have the football after the big return. Porter Black returning the football back to the Winslow Bulldog 24-yard line, where the Lobos will have a 1st and 10. We get word from Ron Everingham that there were too many men on the field, and that was the call against Winslow, obviously declined by the Lobos as they set up shop at the Winslow Bulldog 24. Or excuse me, at the Bulldog, 24-yard line. And now we get a procedure call against Snowflake. Lobos didn't come set before they snapped the ball, so a 5-yard penalty assessed to Snowflake. It'll be a 15 yards to gain for a first as they mark it back to the Bulldog 29-yard line. 8-0 Lobos with 5:42 left to play first quarter. Porter Black comes wide here to the near sideline. Player set in the slot on the left side. They hand it to Solomon. Solomon bounces to the outside, right side, gets across the 20-yard line, lowers his shoulder, and Marquez will drop him down near the 17-yard line. And our angle of view is not the best here tonight. We're pretty low on the totem pole, if you will, down in the stands tonight. So we'll try to.
That was the same play they had actually done before the call, the whistle. Eldon McCray, the big guard, going around the right side, leading the way, 6'4", 210-pounder.
Pitch to McCray. McCray has a hole at the 10-yard line, slips through a couple of tacklers, and will be knocked down at the 5. But a penalty marker thrown in the backfield. Trey Harding on the stop for the Winslow Bulldogs.
Looks like it's going to be holding against the Lobos. It is going to come back. But you can see the size of that front for the Snowflake Lobos again. Cade Solomon, the center, 6'2", 215-pounder. Eldon McCray playing guard, 6'4", 210. You see a lot of the guards that pulling. Eldon McCray is the guy that is leading the way.
In the gun, McCray takes a snap, or rather, hand to McCray. McCray has a first down and more out across the 15-yard line. Picks up a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down to the 10.
Bruce Sirius in on the tackle, but the Lobos, again, inside the 10 or right at the 10, 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to give him 1st and goal from the 10. Double wides left and right. And a Solomon hit the line of scrimmage. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Yeah, Camden, thanks. Just another quick update on the injured player. Help me with his name again, I apologize.
Dallas Jones.
Jones. I was talking with Lynn Johnson, the doctor over here on the Snowflake sideline, who was in there when it was all going on. He said he had movement in all of his extremities. He was complaining about a little bit of neck pain. He said most of what you saw out there was just precautionary.
All right, thanks, Brandon. And we certainly hope that that is the case for him and his family and his team. Looking to throw across the middle, and Schneider can't hang on to it. Avery Smith with a little pop there to knock it loose.
And Avery Smith, I think, really got a credit with him. Schneider looked like he tried to extend, and then whether he heard Smith or not, but just kind of pulled up short, ball just outside the extended arm.
Lobos come to the line of scrimmage, up 8-0, 4:02 left to play, 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line. Claridge takes a snap, throws here to the near side to Black on a wide receiver screen. Black tries to spin out of a tackle at the 5-yard line. We get a penalty marker thrown at the point of contact. And
looked like a little bubble screen out here on the near side. Get it to Black. He's got a couple of receivers in front of him out of that bunch, and just tried to spin his way to get back in, but couldn't do it.
Block in the back is the call. Illegal block.
A block for Black, or did you say block in the back? I'm just checking.
10-yard penalty assessed from the spot of the infraction, so
3rd and goal from the 19.
Big opportunity for the Bulldogs here. Let's see if they can stiffen up on defense here. Man in motion, they fake to him. Claridge throws back other side. McCray hit the backfield and knocked down for a loss. Avery Smith on the tackle for the Winslow Bulldogs.
Good pressure coming from the far side, and again, as you mentioned, Avery Smith. Avery Smith, the freshman, 5'7", 170, only a freshman, comes up big, makes a solid tackle. Good tackling by Smith.
3:19 left to play. First quarter, and on 4th down and goal to go from the Bulldog 22. Ballard comes on to try a field goal. The spot will be at the 29, where they'll attempt a 39-yard attempt. And this one's got the leg, and it's through. A line drive kick that goes through for the Lobos, and they score again, making it an 11-point difference. 11-0 Snowflake with 2:59 left to play first quarter. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Line drive kick, he's up across the 20. He's got the 25 hammered down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
He'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
And that is a touchdown for Sholo.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting.
Welcome back. Onside kick by Snowflake, and Snowflake may have it here as it's at midfield. Snowflake trying to slam the door shut early on this one.
Looked like Jeff Munoz, again, the 5'4", 180-pound offensive lineman. And Bruce Sirius, and he gets rocked as he's 5'10", 190-pounder, only a junior. I'm sorry, it was 61, Jeff Munoz. But Jeff Munoz comes off the field again. Instead of falling on it, he picks it up, and he's met by a huge line of Snowflake Lobos.
Penrod on the
lane. Penrod comes flying in defensively, stops CJ Chacon as well as Travis Flake, doing a great job getting penetration, stopping Chacon for a 2-yard loss. And again, this Snowflake Lobo defense really teeing off right now. Winslow Bulldogs trying to figure out a way to slow them down.
From the Bulldog 47, 2nd and 12. Man in motion back behind the set. Fake to him. Looking to throw. And near sideline, almost picked off. And the pass was intended that time for Maddox. But Maddox, it was underthrown, and unfortunately Maddox doesn't come back up for it. And
it looked like
Snowflake, Luke Cron there had a chance at it, but he can't come up with it either.
I tell you what, error by Maddox. Again, he's got to come back to the ball, and unfortunately he's waiting for it. Ball well underthrown, but Luke Cron really had an opportunity for it as he came out, but out of bounds it goes.
On 3rd and 12, they go counter, coming, sweeping right side at the edge. Akeem Foster going to be hit at the original line of scrimmage. Lane Penrod knocks him down. Penrod, who led this team coming into tonight's contest with tackles, averaging 12.5 tackles per game, picks up another one here.
And Luke Cron as well coming up from his corner spot, but Foster, you know, that was the second hit. He didn't go down on the first hit. Unfortunately, it came from his own teammate. Looked like he made a nice cut inside a block, but then runs into his own teammate and then manages to still get outside.
Akeem Foster to punt, and it's blocked, but Akeem Foster picks it up. He's got some room at the 50, and he dives forward inside Lobo territory. He'll be short of a first down at the 47-yard line. Travis Flake finally brings him down, but how about that chain of events?
I tell you what, good pressure by the Snowflake Lobos, really coming in hard. Looked like it was Solomon, 72 for the Lobos. Alex Solomon, 5'8", 190-pounder, but Foster does a good job. He gets it blocked, but he manages to get it back. Takes off around the near side, the right side, right in front of his bench, just shy of the first down.
At the 46, man in the gun, hand to McCray. McCray sweeping right, turns it upfield, at midfield, slips a tackle, out to the 45, be knocked down inside the 45, close to a first down for the Lobos at the 42. Marquez on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
And Lobos doing a great job, really sealing the corner, getting that outside. Winslow Bulldogs just caught inside as they block down and seal it. And by the time they're getting across to get him downfield, it's a first down and more, all the way down to the 41 of the Lobo and that will be a Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling first down. Give them a call, find out about the fall special tune-up for your furnace.
Counter, give it to Solomon, and Solomon will be tackled by Akeem Foster after he crosses the 40.
Nice job by Foster. He's helped up, but does a nice job stopping it on the inside. Still a quick gain of 3 yards. The quickness for the Lobos really seems to be causing the Bulldogs a little bit of problem.
2nd down and 7 from the Bulldog 37. Swing pass out to the right side. Solomon spins out of a tackle. Actually, Chacon hangs on, and a great tackle that time by Chacon to hold him for a little gain on the play. He gets a 1-yard pickup on that, but if Solomon gets loose, he's got some room on the outside.
You talked about it. Open field tackle for Chacon. No easy task, especially when you're trying to tackle Zach Solomon, but brought down after only a gain of a couple.
3rd and 5. Claridge looking to throw, and it is great pass coverage on Flake. And coming down there following Flake, step for step, is Nick Marquez, the 5'10", 155-pound sophomore, playing like a senior on that play there.
Again, a lot of young guys playing for the Bulldogs. Marquez, as you mentioned, only 5'10", matched up against Travis Flake, 6'4", but does a great job defensively, really denying him access to the ball.
Lobos in 4-down territory at the Bulldog 37 on 4th and 5. Pitch to McCray. McCray has a first down to the 30-yard line where he's stacked up and pushed backwards, but it'll be good for a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down for the Lobos.
Just that quick around the left side, and again, Snowflake Lobos, the Bulldogs having a hard time trying to get outside. Snowflake Lobos do a great job sealing it, really giving him outside access. And once he does that, again, Chacon comes up, makes a stop, but not after he'd already gotten the first down.
11-0, Lobos lead. And that's going to end the first quarter of action. We'll be back with the second right after this. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
In your home, want to save money?
Welcome back. Quarter number 2, 11-0. The Lobos with the lead in the football. And Snowflake has dominated in this first half so far, Bill. And
well, the first quarter, absolutely. You know, the ball's been down here on the Winslow Bulldog goal line the whole time. It seemed like half of the field. And now at least they're getting to the other side of the field.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught by Black at the 30-yard line. Knocked down at the 35. Brown will hit him hard after a gain of about 5.
Nice job by Porter Black. Chacon really tried to stretch out and try to get him tied up, but couldn't. Black just outruns him around the right side. Nice gain for the Lobos. Again, first down, seems like the Lobos have really done a great job eating it up. 2nd and 4 for the Lobos.
Lobos with a 2nd and 4 from the 24. And to McCray. McCray picks his way through traffic, slips one tackle, carries another tackler with him inside the 20. Damian Brown, first man to greet him, but big yards after contact and a Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling first down for Snowflake.
Again, just bouncing out the left side. You know a name we haven't called, Akeem Foster, leading tackler for the Bulldogs. Just having a hard time tonight so far.
Claridge takes a snap, looks downfield, fires, and it's tipped. Flake had a second chance at it. Trace Cake and Marquez in on the coverage. Double coverage on Flake that time, and you think Flake's a key tonight to their defense?
Well, I tell you what, he's definitely a popular receiver. You can tell why. Head and shoulders above all the defenders. A big target out there doing a nice job. But Marquez really staying with him. These guys pretty gutsy in the secondary, denying Flake a clean opportunity at the ball. That ball may be a little underthrown.
Claridge 5 for 10, 40 yards on the night. Ball is loose. Patterson picks it up. He'll be stacked in the backfield for a loss. Akeem Foster in on the stop that time for the Bulldogs as they knock him down back at the 20.
Patterson again manages to pick it up. You know, the ball on the pitch goes to the ground, bounces back up. Patterson manages to get it and only loses a couple yards, but
from the 18, 3rd and 12 for Snowflake. Tyler Claridge in the gun, fakes the handoff, throws, it's caught but hit immediately. Great defensive play as Avery Smith, the 5'7", 770-pound freshman, makes the play.
I tell you what, Avery Smith does a great job. Lane Penrod on the reception. Again, fakes the handoff, gets over to the left side. Looks like they were setting up a little screen. Had one blocker in front of him, but again, it was Nick Marquez doing an outstanding job making that tackle. I'm sorry, Avery Smith making that tackle.
And we get timeout called with a 4th down. We'll keep it here as Snowflake is up 11-0 with 9:48 left to play here in the second quarter and trying to tack on some more, but they'll have to convert on a 4th down here, Bill. For the Bulldogs, how important is this defensively for them to get a stop.
Obviously, it's a huge, first of all, it's 4th and 13, 12. So it's a stop you would expect to make. You really got to stop these guys. But again, they're fortunate. They're only down by 11, and really, the first quarter was completely dominated by the Snowflake Lobo offense. The Winslow Bulldogs have really had a hard time sustaining any type of a drive. I don't know if they've had a first down yet.
I'll tell you, they were able to convert on a 39-yard field goal. They could kick a field goal here. It's in the range of their field goal kicker. In fact, this would be a shorter kick.
It would be about a 34-yard, 35-yard, but again, it looks like they're going to go for it, really trying to.
Also, it's on that left hash. So they are going to try to go for it on 4th down. Claridge looking to throw. And down the middle, it's caught inside the 10. Snyder on the reception. And the Lobos convert on 4th down and pick up a Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling first down.
And it was the senior that time. Drew Snyder, again, just on that little post route. Sets up on the right side. Skinny post goes across the middle. Does a great job. He's hit immediately by Marquez, but manages to hang on to it, get the first down, and just like that, the Snowflake Lobos again, 1st and goal.
9 minutes and 27 seconds left to play. Clock rolling here in the second. Lobos up 11-0. 14 yards on the reception to pick up the first down, and now we get penalty markers, and Snowflake with too many players on the field. So a procedure call against the Lobos.
I thought, was it too many men on the field or was it procedure? Nobody's coming off the field, so I'm assuming it's motion.
So back to the 11-yard line they go. And from the 11, a 1st and goal. And now the official blows the whistle again.
I think he gave him too many yards.
Okay, it should have been a 5-yard penalty, so they mark him at the 9. Hand it off. Snyder left side. He's got room. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Snowflake. 9 yards on the carry for Snyder.
Great job by Snyder. Again, countering around the left side. And he's got a couple blockers in front. That front doing a great job getting out, leading the way. And drops his shoulder, gets into the end zone. 8:57 now here in the second quarter. 17-0.
On to try the point after try. Brenton Barton. Snap's good. Claridge with the hold, and Barton punches it. No, it is wide to the right. So he had plenty of distance, but wide right. So with 8:57 remaining in the second, it's the Lobos 17. Winslow yet to get on the scoreboard. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, K-Supply saves you money on siding too. K-Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see K-Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
And there's the kick. It's a low.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. The Bulldogs trailing 17-0. Snowflake set to kick, line up in an onside kick, but they'll kick it away. Marquez drops it at the 5, picks it up with the 2, angles to the far side, to the 10. He'll be drugged down and tripped up near the 10-yard line. He may have fallen forward to the 12. McCray with the shoestring tackle on the outside, and the Bulldogs will have a long field to go.
Nice job by the cover team of the Snowflake Lobos. Last time we saw with that onside attempt, this time kicking deep. And Cray just, or Marquez, I'm sorry, just struggling with it.
11-yard line. First down and 10. Brandon says it's on the 12-yard line. Hand it off right side, nowhere to go as Alex Solomon is there defensively for Snowflake. Trace Cake in at quarterback.
Not a good thing. You know, Winslow Bulldogs so far, 5 carries for -3 yards. 1 attempt, no receptions.
.5'11", 160-pound senior Trace Cake shuttling the play in, comes to the sideline to get that play. 8:13 remaining in the second, 17-0 Snowflake. Second down and 14. Brown trying to get around the outside edge. He's going to be hit backwards and knocked down inside the 5. Kurt Wood and Lane Penrod in on the stop for Snowflake.
And again, the Winslow Bulldogs just going the wrong direction. Great penetration by the Lobos, and the Bulldogs just having a hard time really trying to figure out how to block these guys.
How much of this is just emotion? Losing one of your key players and a big hit early on, falling down by 3 scores, and now finding themselves going the wrong direction on this drive. How much of this is just pure and plain emotion, Bill?
I don't think a whole lot. I tell you what, if you look at the physicalness of the Snowflake Lobos and their quickness, they're a much quicker, bigger team, and right now they're just taking it to the Bulldogs.
Looks like they're going to throw. Cake has a man across the middle. It's caught near the 10-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch, but it's going to be well short of a first down. Ray Velez makes the catch.
Well, Ray Velez does a great job in traffic, goes up and catches it, jumps up and makes the catch in traffic right across the middle. You know, a lot of guys wouldn't make that catch, but still well short, 4th and 12.
Looking to punt out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Great punt that time. Angled near sideline, takes a Bulldog bounce, rolls all the way down to the Snowflake 33-yard line. What a terrific boot that time for the Bulldogs.
A great boot, almost blocked by the Lobos, and really great coverage. You could see the Lobo wanted to pick it up. I think it was Porter Black. Looked like he really wanted to pick it up, but Winslow does a nice job covering, which keeps him from picking it up. And again, it takes that bounce. That's going to go in and
6.5 left to play here in the second, 17-0. Snowflake with the lead and the football after a 3-and-out for the Winslow Bulldogs, but a big punt to get them out of the shadow of their own goalposts. Snowflake taking over.
Looks like Justin Weber coming in for the Lobos, 6'3", 205-pound junior lineman.
Man in motion is Snyder. They hand it off straight ahead. This time off tackle right side, Solomon. And Chacon on the stop as Solomon gets out to the 35.
Lobos doing a nice job staying, or the Bulldogs do a nice job staying home, faking it around the left side or trying to get motion that way, but really bouncing back. And the Winslow Bulldogs do a nice job stopping him after just a yard.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Claridge has time down the middle, and it's incomplete. Schneider was the intended receiver. Cake comes over the top that time, may have grabbed him from behind. He draws a penalty flag at midfield. But you've got to be impressed with the defensive secondary tonight for Winslow. They've given up very few back in the secondary.
Yeah, we talked about it again. Drew Schneider running that post route, what he scored on earlier, I think, but coming back again, Trey Cake, or when they got that first down, I take that back. It was that 4th and long that he got on the post route, but Trey Cake had the right idea, just ended up putting his arm around him as he tried to slide around in front to get a piece of it. And you're coached to do that just to make the tackle in case, but the ball a little bit further away than he realized.
Man in motion is Snyder. They fake the counter. Claridge going to keep straight ahead. Has a yard to the midfield stripe.
Brody.
And Godey in on the stop, or Bug Godey rather, in on the stop for Winslow.
He talked about it, just multiple fakes that time as Claridge ends up keeping it himself, takes off up the inside on the left side. But Quinton Bugodi, 5'11", 200-pound junior linebacker, comes up, makes a nice tackle.
Claridge looking to throw on second down, looking for Snyder on the far side, and a great play that time by Ray Velez, the 5'7", 750-pound junior, leaps up in the air and knocks the ball away. Let's check in with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Camden. I'm taking a look. I'm over here on the Winslow sideline, and I'm watching their defense. A lot of hands on the side, a lot of deep breathing. And when you see the Snowflake Lobos, they don't give the defense much time to set up because they go no huddle. Everybody on the team has those wristbands, and Coach Cheney's just throwing in numbers. Everybody looks at the wristband, then they're on the line and going. So a lot of fast-paced offense here from the Lobos.
Thanks, Brandon. And they give to Snyder. Snyder going to sweep left, turns the edge, and has room down the far sideline. He could go 30, 20-yard line, 10, one man to beat. And he is knocked out of bounds just shy of the goal line. Nick Marquez with a touchdown saving tackle to knock him out of bounds. Just does push him out on the far side.
I definitely talk about a quick burst. Schneider with that burst gets around the left side, and then he goes turbo on you. Does an outstanding job getting down the line, but also Zach Solomon does an outstanding job leading the way. The halfback ends up doing some nice blocks, which frees him. And then after that, it's Schneider with his speed getting all the way inside the 5, it looks like, just shy of the goal line.
46 yards on the play for Schneider. First and goal from the 4 rather. Hand it off, looking to the left side, and they're in for the touchdown. Porter Black scores it for Snowflake. And they go up by 4 touchdowns in this first half, Bill.
I tell you what, you've got to be impressed by the Snowflake Lobos. Again, that time, Claridge is lined up in the wing on the right side. He comes around and leads the blocking. You know, it's student body left. They're bringing everybody out in front. They've got a lot of guys out in front blocking. And it's just causing the Winslow Bulldogs, who are much smaller, a little bit of trouble.
Point after try is up. And Ballard puts it through for the Lobos. So with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left to play in the second, the Lobos up 24-0. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Across the 20, he's got the 25 hammer down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
He'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
And that is a touchdown for Sholo.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. Snowflake with a shallow kick this time. Chacombe picking it up at the 20, carries back to the 25. Out near the 30-yard line before he's brought down. And Tanner Willis on the stop there for Snowflake.
Good job by Chacombe, though, really catching it off the bounce. The ball lands in front of him, comes up, and Chacombe grabs it in stride and takes it up to the right side. Just keeps it safe, but the Snowflake, or the Winslow Bulldogs, almost just shy of the 30-yard line.
C.J. Chacombe, 5'10", 180-pound junior. We talked about him at the top of the broadcast, Bill. He was one of our Ace Hardware key players of the game tonight for the Bulldogs. And he's given the Bulldogs some good field position here at their 29 with a 1st and 10. They're going to sweep left, looking for the edge. He bounces inside, then tries to get to the outside, but Kurt Wood wraps him up and makes a great open field tackle at the 29-yard line. So no gain on the play.
Well, Darian Brown, only a freshman. I'll tell you what, you can see his speed as he bursts around the left side, but Wood, as you mentioned, comes up, makes a nice tackle in the open field. Not many yards you're going to get going east-west. Everything needs to be north-south. Darian Wood unable to turn it upfield.
Fake the handoff, play action, left side, man open, got away from a defender. That was Wood, who fell down on the route. Fans wanted a penalty that time. Looking for the pass was Akeem Foster here on the near sideline. He got away from Wood, but there was certainly some contact on that play. The official says not enough to draw the flag.
Well, maybe not intentional as well, as Wood goes to the ground, gets tripped up. Foster just unable to get to it. Again, looks like he didn't see it as it was released. Tried to find it in the air, just couldn't get underneath it. Nice play, just a little bit overthrown.
Cake is 1 for 3 tonight. 8 yards total in passing. Certainly an area that they haven't been terrific with. Trips right, single receiver to the left. And Cake, just as the snap is made, the coaching staff, B.J. Little, calling a timeout here for the Winslow Bulldogs. We'll take one with them. At the 4:27 mark of the second quarter, Lobos lead 24-0. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Welcome back to Winslow High School. 4:27 remains in the first half. Snowflake up 24-0. Bulldogs facing a 3rd and 10. Cake looking to throw, far side, and it's tipped in the air, and he almost comes up with it, but it's incomplete. Drew Snyder on the defense that time. And Damian Brown had a second shot at it, but can't come up with it.
I have it as Darian Brown, not Damian, but again, only a freshman, and that's the last couple times. How many times have we seen him going to Darian Brown? Just couldn't come up with it. Our spotter in your ear, Mike Caldwell, telling you it's Damian, but it's Darian.
Bulldogs forced to punt again, and another booming punt here by Akeem Foster. Bounces this time and takes a neutral bounce and out of bounds at the Snowflake 30, call it the 28, Snowflake 28. But Akeem Foster has had 2 good punts for the Bulldogs, which is one of the bright spots here tonight for the Maroon and White. Gotta say special thanks to Punt Cooley tonight, our statistician extraordinaire.
You know, he makes all his own clothes too.
I don't know about that, but I'll tell you he does a good job with stats. Claridge hands it off, left side, and Akeem Foster there, and Ray Velez spin him and push him backwards.
Hey, no stopping the Bulldogs, though. Good bunch of guys coming in after him, but you could see that Akeem Foster comes up with a hard hit, but that's after the quick 5-yard gain, 7-yard gain.
Trevor McCray on that carry, I believe. 2nd down and 7, or 3 rather, gets 7 on 1st down. Ball spotted just shy of the 35, handed straight ahead. McCray again. This time McCray going to be stood up, but he carries some tacklers with him out across the 40-yard line. Finally pushed backwards, and the progress stopped. Whistles blow. Robert Rockwell and Trey Hardy in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
That is going to be a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending, your mortgage consultant for life. 1st down. And again, the Snowflake Lobo offense just keeping it in high gear.
They've been very difficult tonight to defend. 1st down and 10, fresh set of downs at the 41, and Snyder looking to carry, has some room now at midfield. He's going to slip another one, 45, 40, to the 30, to the 20, one man to beat at the 10, 5, touchdown, Snyder. Going to carry it 59 yards for the Snowflake Lobos and a score.
I tell you, the same play as they ran the last time he scored. Takes off around the left side. This time, though, he cuts back to the right and just outruns everyone with his speed to the right corner. Outstanding run by Schneider, and another quick score for the Snowflake Lobos. Now up 30-0.
Drew Snyder, 5'8", 141-pound junior, showing some speed on the outside. We've seen him twice. That last possession for the Snowflake Lobos, he set up the 1-yard carry by Porter Black with a 46-yard carry to the 1-yard line, and now gets a touchdown of his own here on a 59-yard carry as Drew Snyder getting into the conversation for our Indian Pine Restaurant player of the game as Ballard knocks down another point after try, and with just under 3 to play here before half, it's the Lobos 31, Winslow 0. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Here comes your...
Winslow Bulldogs looking for answers here, down 31-0 as Snowflake set to kick away after the 59-yard carry by Drew Snyder. Short kick, bounces at the 30, ball still loose, and Snowflake may have it at the Bulldog 31-yard line as the Bulldogs just could not come up with the handle on the pigskin. That time looked like it was full of Vaseline or something slipping around out there.
I tell you, nice little pooch kick, gets a lot of air underneath it, falls just beyond the front line of the Winslow Bulldogs, and just a lot of guys unsure about, normally not the guys that are going to handle the ball, don't know to fall on it. They're going to pick it up, and again, nobody manages to pick it up until it's too late. Snowflake does a nice job covering, and now they've got the ball with 2:51 left. We'll see what Coach Tenney comes up with, up by 31.
So it goes from bad to worse here for Winslow as Claridge sweeping left, dips inside, now goes outside, now back inside and pushed backwards. Great defensive effort there on the left edge as Bruce Sessions comes up, or rather Sirius comes up and turns him back inside. The pursuit finally catches up to him and he loses 2 yards on the play.
Bruce Sirius in on the tackle. Again, Claridge getting around the left side. Nice little stop by the Winslow Bulldogs.
There's the snap, it's low, picked up nicely by Claridge. Swing pass here, right side as Snyder has another reception inside the 30 this time, but a penalty marker thrown early on that play.
Darian Brown, the freshman for the Winslow Bulldogs, comes up, makes a nice hard tackle, and really gets Schneider before he has a chance to get it going. Looks like illegal procedure.
Don't forget our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show coming up. We'll take a look inside the numbers to tell the true story here at this at the intermission with Punt Cooley, and a full recap of this first half for you, which has been full of fireworks if you're a Snowflake fan. I want to say hello to Michael Boyce, who's watching there in Sholo, Arizona, on iTalk1067.com. That's ITALK 1067.com.
Purchase or refinance a home? There's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest.
Look like Akeem Foster and Trey Hardy in on the stop. Again, a nice little misdirection by the Snowflake Lobos, coming back up inside, but the Winslow Bulldogs still there. And a 3rd and long, not something we've seen much tonight for the Snowflake Lobos. Minute 20 and counting on the clock.
Bulldogs on their last drive, only 1:14 on the time of possession. There's a snap on 3rd and long, looking right side. Flake coming back for it. Got a hand on it. A penalty marker thrown as Nick Marquez tries to tie him up. And Marquez may be guilty of a pass interference here. Marquez gives up about 10 inches to the much taller Flake that time. But I got to tell you, Marquez has been with him stride for stride all night long.
He really has done a good job. At that time, the ball well underthrown. Flake tries to come back. Marquez in the way and really put his hands out, really trying to hang on to him. Didn't know where the ball was, kind of lost the ball, and is ending up getting a penalty for it. But
I don't think any complaint that time by Marquez, as it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Snowflake. This time a Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling first down for the Lobos.
Right at the 101 mark.
Ball at the 20-yard line. Clock stopped with 1 minute and 1 second left to play in the second quarter. Claridge sets a man in motion. That's Patterson sweeping right, has the right edge. Akeem Foster will knock him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. And another penalty thrown here as we get a hold call this time against the Lobos.
Akeem Foster does a great job tracking him down. Comes from the inside, showing a good speed as he gets him on the sideline. Knocks him out of bounds, but he would have gained about 5 or 6 yards. But with the hold, the Snowflake Lobos is going to back up a little bit. Still within field goal range. Actually, maybe, yep, right about field goal range, what they kicked last time.
They'll start the clock here after the penalty. So at the 30-yard line, Bulldog 30. First down and 20 for Snowflake. Claridge rolling left. Throws, caught, 20-yard line, knocked out of bounds. And Chacon knocks him out just inside the 20-yard line. McCray on the reception. And I believe he was out at the 19.
Yeah, Trevor McCray, as you mentioned, the senior running back, just on a little out that time, makes the catch as McCray rolled left.
Rolling right this time, throwing, and it's almost picked off. He does catch it. Interception, Nick Marquez. Bulldogs will turn the Lobos away on this play with 28 seconds remaining. Let's see if they decide to go for anything here or just take a knee and go to the half.
Nick Marquez, only a sophomore again, ball well underthrown. I'm not sure who Claridge was thrown to as he rolled right, but not a good ball. Probably wishes he had it back, definitely wishes he had it back. But you've got to credit again with Nick Marquez with an outstanding interception.
From the Bulldogs 7, Lobos lead 31-0, 27 seconds before half. Hole for Chacon. Chacon bouncing off some tackles. Out to the 10, 15, and he'll be snowed under as he gets inside the 20, or just past the 15, I should say, at the 18-yard line. But the clock rolling here, and they may not get another play off.
Chacon with some great speed. You saw at that time also changing direction. Clock's going to wind down. That is going to do it for the first half.
Bulldogs going to allow the clock to expire here, and we go to intermission. Lobos lead 31-0 at the break. We'll step away. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show is coming up next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Or refinance a home? There's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number BK0925918.
This is my town.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
And there's the kick. It's a low line drive kick. He's up across the 20. He's got the 25 hammered down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
He'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
And that is a touchdown for Sholo.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. It's halftime. The Bulldogs trailing 31-0 on their home field against the Snowflake Lobos tonight. Welcome to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Should be a good season of skiing coming up, Bill, and lots of fun activities this winter as Sunrise adding some new wrinkles last year, and they anticipate adding some more this winter.
Absolutely, some more work going on up on the mountain, a few little trail cleanup things going on, make a few differences or changes on the slopes. Airbag will be back this year. Again, we had it all summer long. And a big event coming up here in the second week in October is our Junior Pass promotion. It's an opportunity for kids 12 and under to get a great deal on a pass, and again, take a scenic lift ride, enjoy the colors, come on up and check it out. Also, you're going to see some great deals on passes, seasons passes, and you'll see some opportunities to save money this year. I think prices went down.
Go to sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com. Let's recap the first half for you. Winslow opened the game by kicking off to Snowflake in the first quarter. Snowflake took their opening possession from their 29-yard line, and on 12 plays went 71 yards and capped off the drive with a 15-yard pass to Lane Penrod for a touchdown. And with 11:30, or rather with, I'll check that. With, I don't have the time. The time of possession was 7 minutes and 35 seconds. The starting field position was from their 29-yard line. And so they score first. They score a 2-point conversion and lead 8-0 early in the contest with 7:35 remaining in the first quarter. They strike first blood. Winslow ends their next drive, ensuing drive, on a punt. and giving it back to Snowflake. Snowflake again. Now Snowflake scoring on every single possession with exception to the last possession of the half. They score again on this possession. They take over with 5:43 left to play in the second quarter. They score in 2 minutes and 44 seconds in 6 plays, going 33 yards this time, and score on a 39-yard field goal by Brenton Ballard. They cap that drive off and lead 11-0 early in the contest. Winslow takes the ball over and forced to punt again on a 3-and-out. And this time the punt was blocked, giving Snowflake another short field. Snowflake takes quick advantage. This time a 4-minute and 49-second drive. Going just 12 plays, 54 yards. They cap it off with a 9-yard run by Drew Snyder for the touchdown, one of 2 of his touchdowns in the first half, as the Lobos in front at that point in the second quarter with 8:57 remaining, 17-0. The Bulldogs on their next possession end in a punt again, another 3-and-out for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs get off a pretty good punt this time as Snowflake forced to start on their 33-yard line. They go 1:24 and cap the drive off with a 1-yard touchdown run. That one set up on a 46-yard carry by Snyder again, as Snyder getting his name in the hat this time, Bill, for the Player of the Game honors presented by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. And Drew Snyder setting up the touchdown run by Porter Black, a 1-yard carry, and with a 5:13 remaining in the second quarter, it's Snowflake up 24-0. Winslow forced to punt again on a 3-and-out, giving Snowflake the ball back with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half. They go 3 plays, 72 yards, and this time a 59-yard touchdown run by Drew Snyder with 2:58 remaining in the second quarter. And Drew Snyder putting the Lobos up 31-0 after a good PAT. The Bulldogs on their ensuing possession they fumble the kickoff, give Snowflake a short field. Snowflake, though, turned away on a rare mistake by Claridge tonight. He throws an interception, and the Bulldogs unable to capitalize late in the second quarter. They get off a run, but then elect to go to the halftime trailing 31-0. So a lot to talk about for the Winslow Bulldogs, Bill. They've got some adjustments to make here. Obviously, they've got some work to do.
Oh, absolutely. I think when you talk about it defensively, trying to figure out how to really take away the outside. Snowflake Lobos have had really easy access to the outside down the field. We saw Claridge on that with his speed, but they've got some good blocking out in front. They're getting sealed on the inside. The Bulldogs are. Snowflake Lobos taking advantage of that. And then, but also you see him running hard inside, bouncing back out. You know, Akeem Foster's a guy that one of the leading tackler for the Bulldogs. We haven't called his number much. You haven't really talked much about some of these guys. We see a lot of underclassmen playing for a lot of underclassmen really making key plays for the Winslow Bulldogs. But, and maybe that's part of it, but really it's been dominated by the Snowflake Lobos. You know, Snowflake's had a short field pretty much the entire game. When they did get those good punts, they come back. You mentioned it, Schneider making some good plays. You know, they just moved the ball downfield. Earlier, we saw them really trying to go to Flake in the air. Then at the end, I think it was coming back to Schneider, really recognizing they're covering Flake pretty well, keying on him, coming back trying to get Schneider. Wheel routes, you know, I think you talked about it as well, getting it to the running back for the Snowflake Lobos. That's Lane Penrod, McRae. I think those guys really wheel routes out of the backfield, gets to him quick, getting a lot of the yards after the catch. So the Snowflake Lobos really dominate defensively. I tell you what, they're penetrating a lot, really causing some problems for the Winslow Bulldogs. You know, not having much time when they go back to pass. And then also on the run, anytime they try to stretch the field, I think the penetration of the Lobos causing some problems. You know, they're getting in deep, and it's just making it really a challenge. Nothing really working for the Bulldogs so far. You know, and I think earlier on we were talking about it. It's amazing it was only 11-0 when you think about how Snowflake dominated the clock with the ball. But again, you could see it catching up to them, 31-0 at half. it's Coach Little's really just trying to regroup his team, see what they can come back, salvage out of this thing. May not be the victory, probably not the victory, but just mentally, emotionally, hey, if they can make the playoffs, they may have to face this team again. They got to figure out a way to kind of crack that team.
Big question marks for the Bulldogs for sure here at the break. This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Great things happening up there this winter. Don't forget, they've got discounts on ski passes available. Go to sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com. When we come back, Putt Cooley takes us inside the numbers and has the true story of this first half when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Refinance a home? There's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number VK0925918.
This is my town.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
Welcome back to Winslow High School and our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. As we
the Bulldog faithful again, welcoming onto the field the Winslow Bulldogs.
It looks like kids running out there on the field to greet the team as they come back from the locker room.
Town.
Let's check in now with Punt Cooley and a look inside the numbers. Punt.
Okay, Camden, thank you. Well, you guys touched on it earlier. Just the story of the first half is completely dominated by Snowflake. If we look at the Winslow offensive production, total of 5 total yards in that first half for the Winslow Bulldogs. They get -3 yards on 9 carries, and in passing, of course, they go for 8 yards with Trey Cake going 1 for 4 to get those 8 yards. No first down, of course, nothing scored for the Bulldogs, and their time of possession just over 6 minutes. And when we look over at the Snowflake side, just complete opposite, obviously, with the score 31-0. Snowflake's time of possession close to 17 minutes. Total time of possession in that first half, and a very well-balanced offensive attack. They get 231 yards on the ground on 27 carries. That's almost 9 yards a carry. And then in the passing game, the starting quarterback Claridge goes 8 for 14 for 66 yards. He gets 1 pass touchdown, and Snowflake scoring their other 3 touchdowns on the ground. So again, total offense for Snowflake in that first half, 297 yards compared to Winslow's 5 total yards, guys.
Wow, and that's certainly telling of the first half, Bill. Second half adjustments for the Winslow Bulldogs. You touched on them a little bit earlier, but what, if anything, can the Bulldogs do in this second half to get back into this contest?
Well, I think somehow they've got to sustain a drive, really keep the ball out of the Snowflake Lobos' hands, take advantage of any opportunities. And again, you know, they've really struggled with that. And, you know, they're missing a few offensive linemen, I believe, that are starters, but really struggling on that front. They've got to figure out how to slow down the Snowflake Lobo defense because they are teeing off on them, really controlling the line of scrimmage, and somehow they've got to slow them down. You know, they tried going to the air a little bit, just couldn't come up with it. Snowflake has just done an outstanding job. See how they respond here in the second half. For the Snowflake Lobos, really, it's just about continue on with the same, doing an outstanding job tonight, and you really see specialties, every aspect of their game really hitting on all cylinders.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Check out all the details this winter. Discounts on ski passes, along with great fun happening. The junior pass promotion and the winter whiteout sale coming up in October. Check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. At intermission, Snowflake leads it 31-0. We come back with the third quarter next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pinetop, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
And there's the kick. It's a low line drive kick. He's up across the 20. He's got the 25 hammer down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
He'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
And that is a touchdown for Sholo.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
Nothing as we get set for the second half here. Snowflake facing Winslow here from Winslow High School. Don't forget, you can watch tonight's contest at italk1067.com. That's italk1067.com. Compliments of the White Mountain Youth Productions. Snowflake will put boot into it. Ballard kicks it, and a high end over end, fielded by Brown at the 15, out to the 25, angled out on the far side, near the 30-yard line. Brown getting a good return for the Bulldogs. Looks like it'll be about a 70-yard field for them to start the third quarter, down 31-0. Let's go to Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Thanks, Camden. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Tenney of the Snowflake Lobos as he was coming onto the field. I said, Coach, you're up 31-0.5. What's your message to your team? He said, Brandon, it takes 48 minutes to win a game, and we've had way too many offensive penalties. We need to look crisp and clean. As far as I'm concerned, the score is 0-0.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. Swing pass here to the near side, and Snowflake on it early, but Hayes quickly out there to pick up 3 or 4 yards, and that's a great play to start this drive. If they can get 3 or 4 a punch, they're going to get a pretty manageable third down situation.
Well, obviously right now, early on, you're seeing, again, going to the outside. You mentioned it. Just a little kick outside, a little throw outside, trying to do something a little bit different against this pressure. Single back, pitch around the left side. Looks like it's Chacon, makes one guy miss. Still tackle, brought down by a host of Snowflake defenders, and he's going to lose it. It looked like it was led by Porter Black, Lane Penrod. Looks like he's going to lose a yard maybe on that run.
Chacon, a excellent play that time to get the first man to miss, but the pursuit just too fast by Snowflake.
Good little move on the front side. 10:52 here in the third quarter. 31-0 our score. Winslow Bulldogs with their first possession in the second half. Under center now with a single back, looking right, looks into the center, releases up front, but looks like pressure on the outside. He went inside, brought down by J.R. Fox right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be fourth and, actually got a yard on it. It's going to be 4th and 6.
Fourth down and 6 at the 35. Wide receiver near side as they show punt formation. Foster set to kick from the 25. It's an end-over-ender, angled away from the return man, but picked up by Frog at the 35. And Cron brings it back to the 45-yard line. So Snowflake with excellent field position on to open up their second half.
And we talked about it. It is about a short field. Snowflake Lobos, again, with excellent field position all the way out to the 46, 47-yard line.
Porter Black comes wide here to the near sideline along with Snyder. Now they send, looks like McCray here near side as well. Then they give to Solomon. Solomon with about 8 yards on first down. Avery Smith holds on for the tackle as Solomon gets into Bulldog territory, knocked down at the 45.
Just a quick dive up the right side, and Solomon, low center of gravity, another one of those north-south runners. You know, we talked about Chacon, but Solomon just doing an outstanding job for the Lobos. He eats up about 7 or 8 yards before he's finally brought down.
There's a snap. Solomon right side. Solomon room. First down to the 40. Hakeem Foster brings him down, but not before he picks up a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down.
Really looks almost like a zone type blocking on that. Again, Solomon looks like last time we saw him take it inside. This time bounces outside, gets around the corner. Foster makes the stop, but not until Solomon had got the first down right at the Bulldog 40-yard line.
Solomon with 10 carries, 52 yards here tonight.
Pretty impressive evening so far by Solomon.
2 receivers in tight on the left, 2 in tight on the right. Man in motion is Snyder. They hand to him. He cuts it inside after getting to the left edge. Cuts it up at the 40-yard line. Austin Maddox on the stop for the Bulldogs, but not before. Snyder picks up 4 yards.
I tell you what, running right here towards the Winslow sideline. And Schneider, a scary guy on that speed sweep, coming around the left side, fly sweep. But does a great job by Avery Smith, the corner or the linebacker on this side for the Winslow Bulldogs. Does a great job really holding his edge, turning it back inside, which allowed the Winslow Bulldogs to stop him.
2nd and 7. Hand it off. Nope. Keep it. Right edge. Claridge gets to the first down marker and is knocked down inside the 30. Hakeem Foster on the tackle. Claridge picks up a Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling first down.
Claridge, again, as you mentioned, gets the first down and more. But Zach Solomon, I think, on the fake, does an outstanding job. Really fooled the Winslow Bulldogs, fooled us all, I think, expecting to come here to the near side, the left side. But again, Claridge with a great fake, takes it around the right side. And by the time the Winslow Bulldogs had figured it out, he'd already gotten around the corner, was headed up the field.
B.J. Little on the near side calling out the defense as the Bulldogs show a 5-man front here. Looking to throw. Claridge across the middle, batted down, incomplete. Foster got a hand on it.
Really looked like they were trying to go to Flake, I believe, but Keem Foster does a great job out of that middle linebacker spot, gets some depth, goes up, gets a piece of the ball, and Winslow Bulldogs again making a nice stop on that play.
2nd and 10 from the Dog 29-yard line. In the pistol, Take the snap, pitch it to McCray. McCray, left side, hit in the backfield, hit at the line of scrimmage rather, and knocked backward maybe a yard. Quentin Bogoti knocks him backward along with Hakeem Foster.
Bogoti and Foster again coming up on that right side of the Winslow Bulldog defense, and Foster, leading tackler for the Bulldogs, really with a hard hit, stops him in his tracks. Only a gain of about a yard, so it's a 3rd and 9.
McCray with 9 carries tonight and 63 yards. Claridge takes the snap, handed Patterson. Patterson hit hard at the 26-yard line as Hakeem Foster hammers him into the ground.
Hakeem Foster, again, leading tackler, does an outstanding job. You can see Patterson that time had good depth, probably 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. Idea is to give him the ball. He's going to look for daylight and make his cut, but Foster does a great job meeting him in the hole and stops him. Foster, 5'11", 190-pounder, started as a freshman.
4th down, Lobos going for it. 4th and 6, throw across the middle. Flake makes the catch inside the 15. Kate on the tackle at the 14-yard line. Good for a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending 1st down.
Well, you really got to credit Claridge and both Claridge and Flake. Flake catches it in traffic, goes up. Not a lot of receivers will go up like that. Goes up big, makes a nice catch, knowing he's going to get hit. Claridge as well hung in there, threw it late, which really allowed Flake to get open.
Snap, give to Patterson. Patterson fighting to get to the 10. That's about 3 yards to the 11, I believe. Jeff Munoz hangs on for the tackle.
Not a bad stop, though, by the Winslow Bulldogs. Only gaining a couple on that. You could see it as he was running. Who was the runner on
Patterson.
that? Patterson. You could see him really shuffling sideways, trying to find his spot, looking for space. Bulldog defense much stingier here in the second half.
There's the snap, and give it right side this time. Spencer Peterson with a carry, but that's going to come back as we get a procedure call against the Lobos.
You know, and again, that's where the Winslow Bulldogs are struggling. Snowflake Lobos pulling their backside guard, pulling a lot of guys out front, leading the way on that power play, power dive, and again, penalty's going to stop them. We'll see if they come back with it. We saw that earlier. The play got broke up a little bit, but they came back and ran it again anyway. We'll see if they stick to that.
Lobos come to the line of scrimmage and facing a 2nd and 13. Give to Peterson. Peterson off tackle, left side tripped up, falls inside the 15, knocked down at the 14-yard line. But Bogoti on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Nice little shot of Peterson there by our City 4 crew. Again, just a quick blast. Cuts it back up inside instead of bouncing out. The Winslow Bulldogs doing a better job on the edge. We talked about it, how Snowflake really had easy access to the outside. This time doing a little bit better job. However, he turns it up inside, gets a few yards.
31-0, Lobos lead. 4:57 left to play 3rd quarter. Claridge looking to throw. Caught by Penrod. Penrod hit hard as the Bulldogs, Hakeem Foster and Chacon, combine on the tackle. And it looks like we got a Winslow Bulldog player, Nick Marquez, slow to get up.
I tell you what, Hakeem Foster maybe recognizing Lane Penrod for, we saw that big hit early on that punt return. Hakeem Foster made a shot. You could see him talking back and forth, but what a shot by Hakeem Foster. And Lane Penrod bounces up. He's out now, but just hops up like it was nothing.
Maybe a little payback time. 4th down and 10. And they're looking to go for the field goal from the right hash. The spot will be at the 20, a 30-yard field goal for Snowflake. Ballard, plenty of distance, wide to the left, just missed it. Looked like Brandon Todd was down there just underneath the goal post. Let's check in with Brandon.
You were right, Camden. Plenty of leg. You just pulled it to the left. I would say I was on the other side of the goalpost, but I could hear the umpire saying no good as it came off the foot. So from your vantage point, it might have just missed, but it must have been a few feet outside.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Looked very close from our vantage point, but Bulldogs are going to have the possession from their 20, an 80-yard field for them.
Hey, not a bad job, though. One of the few stops we've seen the Bulldogs make defensively. Nice job by them.
Yeah, that's the with the exception of the interception, that's the first time they've turned them away on down. So a good defensive series here for the Bulldogs to start this second half. Pitch right, turning upfield, slips a tackle at the 18, gets across the 20. Hayes out across the 22-yard line. Excellent play that time for Jalen Hayes.
Hayes that time gets around the right side, as you mentioned. Luke Cron really had a shot at him, couldn't make the stop that time as he got around the right side.
3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the third. Lobos up 31-0. Bulldogs with a 2nd and 7. Try to throw on second down. Pass intended for the 6'3", 160-pound senior Austin Maddox. And Maddox can't come up with it. Ball just thrown to the left a little bit. Keegan Bjorn in on the coverage that time for Snowflake.
But I tell you really got to credit that front for the Lobos. Cake, again, lots of pressure. I think he's having a hard time picking up on these guys. You know, he's 5'11", not a bad-sized quarterback, but you look at the pressure around him, hard to see your receivers.
Nick Marquez wide to the left as part of that trip set over there on the left side. They throw left side to Marquez, and Marquez can't hang on to it. Lane Penrod jars it loose at the last second. Ball would have been close to a first down near the 30-yard line, but they'll be forced to punt again.
Yeah, tough little throw that time. Again, Marquez couldn't come up with it. Looked like a good throw by Cake. And the Winslow Bulldogs will go 3 and out.
Bulldogs showing punt. Keem Foster stands back at his 12. 2 men back for Snowflake. He angles this one to the right side, bounces at the 49, picked up at the Lobo 46. Cron to the 40, slips a tackle at the 30, to the 25, knocked down at the 22. Cron with a big return for Snowflake, and Akeem Foster, the punter, has to make the tackle along with William Parsons.
And again, it's going to be the Snowflake Lobos with a very short field. Ball inside the 25. The 22 to be exact. Thank you, Punt Cooley, for that.
First down and 10. There's the snap. Pitch it right side to McCray. McCray turns it upfield at the 25. Hit hard at the 20. And knocked down just inside the 20. Bagodi and Hakeem Foster. You know, when Foster gets ahead of steam, he tees off on some of these Lobos.
I tell you what, Foster, you can see why he's the leading tackler. Again, he's got a great range, manages to cover to the outside from inside, but a very physicalness. You know, you saw him on that hard hit, comes up, really knows how to tackle, and that's something you want. And that time you saw him with a big hit at the end to finish.
Second down and 8. Keeper, McCray, going to be pushed backwards as Maddox, first one to hit him. And Akeem Foster back in on that stop.
Seeing the energy level of the defense for the Bulldogs really picking up. Little fake that time. Claridge keeps it as he takes it up the left side and gets a few yards out of it. But, you know, again, 3rd and 6 for the Snowflake Lobos. Winslow Bulldogs doing a nice job. Snowflake Lobos had great field position to start with. And Winslow Bulldogs no give up on them.
3rd down and 6. From the 20, or rather the 18-yard line. McCray sweeping right, turns it upfield, 15-10, has a first down, angling for the touchdown inside the 5. He'll be knocked down just shy of the goal line. Picks up a Supreme Marketing, or a Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down.
Great shot at Trevor McCray that time, running around the right side. Again, good blocking, really gets the corner again, and when he does get the corner, you can see that taking the ball all the way inside the 5 down to the 1-yard line for the Snowflake Lobos.
11 carries, 81 yards tonight for McCray. Handed off to McCray again from 1st and goal from the 2. Or call it, yeah, from the 2. And he gets to the 1-yard line, a carry for 1. Foster again on the stop, making his name known.
McCray really looking like he got a lot more yards than that, but a lot of it east-west. That time only gets a yard on the play. Still 2nd down and 1 to go. Or is it 2? Looks like it's still on the 2.
Bulldogs have turned the Lobos away twice in this first half, and they go straight ahead. And I missed it, but they score on the trickery. It must have been a direct snap, or they left it on the ground for...
Looked like it was Zach Solomon. I think it was... I saw Zach Solomon coming off the ground. Great shot again by our City 4 crew. Want to thank them. Doing an outstanding job. But as you mentioned, just a little bit of trickeration on that play as the Snowflake Lobos again come back and score with 1:12 left here in the 3rd quarter.
So Snowflake won't be denied the 3rd time as they put points up finally late in this 3rd quarter on a 1-yard carry. And you say it's Solomon, we'll go with Solomon.
It was Solomon.
Point after try is good. Minute 12 remaining 3rd. It is Snowflake 38, Winslow nothing. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Welcome back. The Bulldogs trailing 38-0. They lose the handle on another kickoff return here. Chacon finally getting the handle on it at the 20, and he fights his way to the 25 up the center of the field. Keegan Bjorn in on the stop for the Snowflake Lobos. Lobos up 38-0. And the Bulldogs still looking for answers offensively. Had 5 yards total offense in the first half.
Starting to see some other guys come out for the Lobos, though, getting an opportunity to make plays. And for the Bulldogs, obviously they want to figure out how to score. They've got to get in the end zone, put some points on the board. Really don't want to have this goose egg.
Cake under center sets a man in motion back behind the formation. They lose the handle on the exchange from center to quarterback. And a loss on the play back to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 11 coming up for Winslow.
Center quarterback, again, Cake manages to get down on it and keep the ball, but again, a 1st down, you probably like to have back losing a yard on it.
Wide receiver to the near side is Austin Maddox. Cake fakes the pitch, hands it straight ahead to Chacon, and he has a yard back to the original line of scrimmage at the 26. And
Dakota Moore in on the stop. Snowflake Lobos, again, really staying home, staying in their gaps, doing a great job wrapping up. Chacon, a hard runner, only gets a yard on that hard hit by the Snowflake Lobos on the inside.
Final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Looks like the Bulldogs will get at least one more play with 9 seconds left. 3rd down and 10. Take the snap, rolling to the right. Cake to throw, near side. Has a man with a step on the defender. It's Moore, and Moore incomplete on the pass, and that'll end the quarter. We go to the 4th and final next. It's 38-0. Snowflake with the lead as we return with the 4th quarter next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When it's time to purchase or
Welcome back. The Bulldogs trailing 38-0 as we go to the fourth and final quarter. And the Bulldogs on fourth down set to punt here, but looks like the officials taking care of some unfinished business perhaps. And what's the call here? Maybe a procedure call. Brian Hanlon joins us, our on-site producer tonight from Snowflake High School, and now taking over the reins for Bill London at color commentary. Brian, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Camden. So it looks like the Bulldogs have had a little bit of a struggle tonight, but Lobos have been pushing hard. Strong offense, strong defense. Yeah, Bulldogs are had a tough time, but they're still trying hard.
Bulldogs get another good punt off, and it's going to push the Lobos back to their 42-yard line, 43-yard line, where they'll have a 1st and 10. First down and 10. Lobos working from there. 43-yard line. 11:48 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And Snowflake can't get this play off as they get a procedure call against them. That's another penalty. One of the keys that Brandon Todd talked about in the second half for Snowflake was to eliminate the mental errors and the penalties offensively. They've been plagued by penalties. With more on that, we'll check in with Punt Cooley in a moment. But first down and 15, Snowflake. Another 5-yard penalty mark back to the Snowflake 44. Low snap. Able to pick it up as Claridge. Throw it across the middle. Flake caught at the 49 and dropped there. Cake on the coverage. About 10 on the carry. Jake Lyman actually on the reception for Snowflake and has about an 11-yard pickup to the Snowflake 49, just shy of midfield. 2nd and 4 coming up. Claridge across the middle again. Caught for a first down in Snowflake territory at the 44. Reception made to Jake Lyman again. Lyman, couple of good catches there, Brian.
Yeah, those were solid passes. 2 similar plays in a row, gaining them yardage, putting them into the first down. Simple passes, but made accurately and caught precisely.
First down and 10. There's the snap, handing it off to McCray. McCray bangs his way across the left side and has a couple yards on first down, some hard yards, and we get some pushing and shoving and some flags thrown, and here come the officials to break it up as the Bulldog players taking some exception. Akeem Foster in on a little bit of that, and Coach Little comes out to take control of his team, and I don't know if he's called a timeout yet or not. Let's check in with Bill London. Bill?
I tell you what, you mentioned it, the physicalness of it. Akeem Foster that time comes up and really lit him up, wrapped him up hard, and I think that's what started this whole thing. Just a hard shot. Snowflake Lobos kind of respond to it, and then it's off. And again, just some very physical play still on the field as the game's winding down.
Thanks, Bill. And, you know, I don't know why they're surprised about that. Hakeem Foster's been physical all night long, but taking a little exception, and a huge unsportsmanlike assessed against Snowflake, negating the great play. They go all the way back to their 40, where it's 1st and 25 for Snowflake. Claridge in the gun. Single back flanking into his left. Handed off. Left side, it's Trent Hatch this time who has some good yardage there. But it'll be well short of a first down as Hatch gets it to the Lobo 49.
The Lobos
Go ahead, Brian.
Making a good sweep on that left side, trying to get through, regaining some of that yardage. They lost on that penalty.
Wide receiver to the near side of the formation is Trent Hatch. Single receiver to the two receivers rather to the left. Man in motion back towards the formation is Patterson. They give to Solomon, and Solomon stacked up in the backfield. -2 on the carry back to the 46-yard line. Bagodi on the stop for the Bulldogs. 4th down and 21. Call it 20. 4th down and 20. Snowflake, we'll see if they elect to punt here. Some personnel changes. Looks like they may have their punt and cover team coming in, taking a lot of time here. Going to be close to the 25-second play clock expiring. They get the snap off. Porter Black with a booming kick, bounces at the 20. Chacon picks it up on the hop, back at the 15, out to the 20 right side, turns and tries to go the other way. He'll be snowed under at the 16, call it the 17-yard line with 8:27 left to play here in the 4th quarter, and it's 38-0. Snowflake with the lead, and the Bulldogs looking for answers offensively as we'll turn the play-by-play reins over to Brandon Todd and Brian Hanlon covering the color commentary. Brian?
Yes, well, on that last punt, the Porter Black made a good kick into the deep zone. It was rolling until the Bulldogs could pick it up, but he ran out of room on that run to the right side of the field.
Well, it just became amateur night over here at Winslow Bulldogs Stadium. Bulldogs looking to pass left side, near side, overthrows. Flag flies in the backfield right near where the quarterback, Tress Cake, was knocked down. Chances are this will be a roughing the passer call. 8:21 left in the 4th quarter. Winslow Bulldogs up 38. Let me retract my statement. Snowflake Lobos up 38-0. And we're awaiting the, what was the penalty? It was roughing the quarterback. So they'll mark off the 15 yards, and then I'll make it 1st down and 10. You're right, it's not a good vantage point up here, Camden. You guys are talking about it all night. Now that I'm here, I'm going, what yard are they on? Winslow Bulldogs take over on their own 30. 3 receivers left, pitch left side, trying to get around the edge. Makes one man miss, and Chacon will be brought down by Bjorn with a loss on the play of, let's call it 2. Makes it 2nd down and 12. 8:03 left to play here in the final chapter of the game.
On that pitch, he couldn't quite make it around. He got tripped up soon before he was able to get past the scrimmage line.
Yeah, Snowflake's defense all night long has been, the first guy may miss, but those guys coming trailing, about 3 or 4 of them, they've been playing team defense. Cake rolling right, throws right, not caught. Through the hands of Hayes, Jalen Hayes, and then I'll bring it 3rd down now and 12.
It was a good pass, looked like he was open, but he couldn't get it quite through his fingers.
Cake on the night, 2 for 10 for only 11 yards. Been a rough night for the Winslow Bulldog offense, to say the least.
Yes, that Lobo defense has been pushing quite hard and not letting anything go through.
7:37 on the play clock. Bulldogs break huddle, they'll go trips right. 1 man near side, 1 guy in the backfield. Cake under center. Takes a step, 3-step drop, looking left. Here comes pressure. He dumps it off to his outlet pass, Chacon, and he gets drilled over here on the near side.
Kurt Wood on the stop, and you know, Chicago probably would have been better to just let that ball go. Unless it was a backwards pass. Was that a backward pass? I couldn't tell either.
Didn't look like he had too many options right there. He went out to the left side before he got nailed.
Loss on the play of like 4. Makes it 4th down in a zip code. Bulldogs the punt. A good punt, booming punt. Fielded at the Snowflake 34. He runs it far side. Trying to make a few people miss. He'll be forced out of bounds. Taken down way out of bounds. Looking for a flag. No, and there comes the late flag right there. I was waiting for it. I thought it was coming, and it did.
It's a good receival by Cron, making his way out to the left side before being pushed out of bounds.
Well, it's late in the game. You're down 38-0. Frustration kicks in. And this is about the point you start seeing those late hit penalties. And I apologize on the name. Is it Brian?
Brian, yes.
Brian, I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you. Camden just throws us into this, throws us into the lion's den with no armor.
Been told it's the best way to learn.
Well, they'll mark off the 15-yard penalty. Personal foul. Oh, it was a wow. Okay, let me just tell you what happened. It was a personal foul on Snowflake. It wasn't the late hit out of bounds. Must have been some jawing or pushing over there on the Snowflake sidelines that we didn't see, but nonetheless.
6 minutes and 52 seconds left in this last quarter.
Handoff near side, trying to get around the corner is Peterson. He makes a gain of about 4 as Marquez pile drives him into the ground.
He was on a good run there, but couldn't quite get past Marquez.
Peterson picks up, let's call it 4 on the play. It'd be 2nd down and 6 on their own 45-yard line. Lobos break the huddle. Bunch set, shotgun formation, one guy flanked to his right. Cake, that's Peterson with the amateur night over here. Peterson gets the carry left side, in fact he loses about a yard on the play.
Pushed back by multiple defenders. Tackle by Akeem Foster.
I'm learning, Camden, you're sitting next to me, nobody can hear me. I'm learning that this job is not easy, this play-by-play. You're just nodding your head. Lobos come. 2 receivers far side, 2 receivers near side. Shotgun formation, back to pass. The ball's picked off by 20. Avery Smith, and he'll take it all the way down to the Lobo, call it the 10-yard line, and make it the 14-yard line. But nonetheless, Winslow Bulldogs with a great opportunity here to get some points on the board here in the 4th quarter to try to get the elusive goose egg off the board with 5:36 remaining in the 4th quarter. Interception by Avery Smith, the 5'7", 170-pound freshman.
Yes, it was an impressive catch off of that other pass, and he made that line drive, hoping to get through, but got blocked on the outside.
Bulldogs take over on the Lobo 14-yard line. Cake under center, 3 receivers near side. They take the give inside give. Pushes forward, falls forward for a gain of, call it 5 yards on the play. That was Darian Brown and Flake on the tackle. Brown, your 5'6", 150-pound freshman as well. I was about to say a lot of freshmen, but I only see 2 number 9s, so it's only 2 freshmen on the team.
Winslow Bulldogs getting quite close. They're hoping to actually put a score on the board.
Bulldogs not going to win this game, but a little bit of pride here at stake. Twins formation, they motion in the backfield. They give the first man through. He stopped at the line. That's Chacon, and he'll be taken down by Lane Penrod with, let's call it a gain of 1. 3rd down now, and 4 to go. 4:44 remaining on the play clock, 4th quarter. Bulldogs looking for their first score of the night. And this is the deepest they've been in Snowflake territory all game long. Bulldogs will break the huddle. Come out, twin set, one man in the backfield. Cake under the center, fake the handoff. They'll throw to the end zone, and great defense there by the Bulldogs. And pass intended for Darian Brown. It gets swatted away by Luke Cron. Great defensive play right there, Brian.
Yeah, it was really well played. Defense held that through, did not let them get that pass.
That they did. 4th down now and 4 to go. On the Snowflake Lobo, what is that, called the 9-yard line. Cake under center. Fakes the handoffs, looking to the end zone, throws the end zone. It's caught by Chacon, and they're in for the touchdown. 8-yard pass from Cake to Chacon, and the Winslow Bulldogs are on the board with 4:11 left in the 4th quarter. And while they still trail in the game, it's always nice to get that first score up on the board regardless, Brian.
It was great for them. They were able to score that touchdown. It was quite a bit hustle there. But they managed to find that pass, 8 yards, and receive it into that end zone.
Bulldogs going for 2. They come out in the same formation, twins, one man back. Dropping back to pass his Cake, looking right, has a man open. That's Darian Brown, catches it at the 1-yard line and just scoots in for the 2-point conversion, 38-8. And that'll, with 4:11 left in the 4th quarter, we'll step away. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
To purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number VK0925918.
Well, with 4:11 back in the 4th quarter remaining, the Winslow Bulldogs managed to get their goose egg off of the scoreboard. 38-8 is the score now as the Winslow Bulldogs line up for their first kickoff of the night. Their second kickoff. They had the opening kickoff. And the ball will sail over the McCrae's head. And interesting enough, he just kind of watches it trickle into the end zone. And it does trickle, but one weird bounce, and that would have been another score for the Bulldogs. That's a live ball right there. Interesting play by that. I understand letting it go into the end zone, but he was at the 15-yard line when he watched the ball go over his head, and it didn't give any chase. But nonetheless, the the Snowflake Lobos will take over. I got 11 people talking in my ears and 2 pointing at me. No idea what I'm supposed to do. But with 4:11 left in the 4th quarter, score is 38-8. And the Snowflake Lobos will take over on their very own 20-yard line. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Bill London, with some intelligent thoughts, I'm sure. Bill?
He's not even paying attention. He doesn't.
Exactly what we expected from Bill. Nothing. Crickets.
Go, dog!
Thanks, Bill, for your input. We got whistles on the field. Timeout, Snowflake. And we'll keep it here as the Snowflake Lobos take a timeout. Camden, I don't know how you do this. I can't tell who's talking to who in the microphone. What you guys don't hear right now is I have 11 people in one ear talking to each other, and I'm trying to talk to you while they're not talking, and it's a nice shot of Joe Merklin there. Oh, I'm catching word now that Bill London is ready with some compelling remarks down on the sidelines. Bill?
Not happening.
Oh, my gosh. You remind me of my...
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Snowflake Lobos. Oh, I'm just ripping stuff off. Snowflake Lobos come up, shotgun formation. Motion from left to right. They give to the motion man. He's coming up, trying to get around the end. Spencer Peterson, as he tiptoes behind a defender, Keem Foster comes up and lays a blow on Peterson. Is that who's running the ball? On Peterson. Peterson kind of tiptoeing there, Brian, not running real hard, and he paid the price for it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. There was multiple fakes there. It was hard to follow that ball, but the Bulldogs were able to find that and stop him before he got too far.
3:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Time is running. 38-8 is the score. Motion man right to left. They give to, no idea who they give it to. Spencer Peterson, he'll plow forward, carry a few tacklers with him. Darian Brown, among others, in on the tackle. Call it a gain of 2 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Multiple tacklers on that one, and hard to get through, a whole line of them.
Clock continues to run, 3:09. $38-8 is your score. Lobos on top. Lobos shotgun formation, bunch formation, man flank to his left. They give it to number 20. He sweeps left side, far side, trying to find a seam along the sideline. He gets gang tackled right at the first down marker. Let's see if it's enough for the first down. It was Hatch on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like Hatch was going on to that far side.
Keem Foster on the tackle.
Before he was tackled
down.
down.
First down, and that's good enough for Lacey Weeks at Supreme Lending first down. First down and 10. Ball on the Snowflake Lobo 30-yard line. Snowflake's going from left to right on your dial. How about that, Camden? 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, shotgun formation in motion left to right, and whistles.
The flag on the play.
Before they get the play off, Mark Reve, your umpire, says procedure call on the Lobos. And you got, Brian, you got to imagine that even though they're winning 38-8, their coach, Ron Tenney, cannot be happy about these penalties late in the game.
There's been quite a few of them throughout the entire game, and they're still getting them. They're still happening on the board, only with 2 minutes left in this last quarter.
2 minutes exactly remaining. Man motion left to right. They give up the middle. New quarterback is Tanner Willis, number 10, the 5'9", 138 sophomore. 62, your ball carrier, Preston, wrong guy, Cole Mortensen, and he was stopped for a loss. You know what? Let's end this this debauchery and send it to a break. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
Number 12, Keegan Bjorn. And that brings up third down now and 15.
Almost seemed like the quarterback was about to run it before he found that blocker, so he went for that pass, but that pass was not able to be completed.
Very well said, Brian. Thank you. Third down now and 15. Time does stop with the incomplete pass. 1:45 remaining in the game. Ball on the 30-yard line of the Lobos. Lobos come out in shotgun formation. One guy flanked to his left, 2 receivers right. Motion is from left to right. They give to the motion man, trying to get around the edges. Peterson, he stopped in the backfield. Darian Brown on the tackle for a loss of 5-ish.
Brown and his teammate were not fazed by that. They tried to fake that off, but they found that ball and they tackled him.
Brown not fazed indeed. Brings up fourth down now and a mile, and I would assume the Lobos here will be punting. It does look like they're punting. Cheerleaders throwing out some shirts and swag. And where is Bill London? Bill London fraternizing with the cheerleaders. If that's not the creepiest thing you've ever seen, let's go down to Bill.
Hey, you're absolutely right. I am fraternizing with the cheerleaders. Winslow cheerleaders, what's your name?
I'm Erica.
So I'm here with Erica. She's got a bowl full of candy. I was going to grab some for you. They're getting ready to throw it up in the stands. Lady, you guys have been working hard all day long. I know this game maybe not turning out as well as you like, but Winslow fans, they're faithful, great football town. How do you come back from this?
I think we just have to keep a good attitude about it. Try harder.
Now, what year are you?
I'm a junior.
So you come back next year. You've got a lot of underclassmen. Hey, you've got to respect her too. She's got a Keem Foster number right on the side of her cheek. Good job. Again, come back next week, get after it.
Thanks, Bill. Hey, if you've touched it, I don't want it. And that was Bill London with our sideline reporting. While he was talking to the cheerleaders, Lobos punt, and the Winslow Bulldogs will take over on their own 38 yard. I'm talking about the candy. He had the candy.
On their receival there, he foamed that ball and was not able to get that, but he dived back on it, recovering it, but losing yardage. And
Cake will get smothered as he was looking for a open receiver, couldn't find one. Flake on the tackle, and that drops the Winslow Bulldogs back with a loss of about 8 yards. 1:07 remaining in the game. And I want to apologize to Bill. What I was talking about was the candy he was touching, not the cheerleader he was touching. Yeah, I am. I have no self-control. 52 seconds and counting left in this competition. Bulldogs break the huddle. They'll go 3 receivers far side, 1 receiver near side. Drop back is Cake. He'll come near side and just overthrows his intended receiver. Foster, Kurt Wood defending.
It was a good
Incomplete
defense.
pass will stop the clock with 40.8 seconds remaining, Brian.
Yeah, he could not quite get to that pass. It was a good defense for those Lobos. Not letting them have that, just overthrown. Neither were able to get to it.
Third down now. 16 yards to go. 3 receivers far side. Drops back, Cake rolling right. And he will get knocked down as he tried to tuck and run. Dalen Flake on the tackle, and another loss of, let's call it 5, brings up a 4th down now and 20. 24 seconds remaining. I don't think they have to snap the ball. I believe they can just let the clock run out, and that would be the end of the game. And the Bulldogs will send out what looks like their punting unit. Clock ticking, 11 seconds, 10 now. I think they're just going to let the clock run out.
Clock running down now. The final score being 38 on top for the Lobos against the Winslow Bulldogs. They gave a tough run, but they weren't able to get past those Lobos defense and their offense, both scoring multiple times.
That'll do it. Your final score here at ML Nasser Stadium in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see here. 38 Lobos, 8 Winslow Bulldogs, home team falling. We'll be back with your, who sponsors our post-game show? We'll be back with their Sunrise Park Resort post-game wrap-up show with Camden Smith and hopefully Bill London. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Keep it tuned right here. You're listening to Show 04's presentation of high school football. This is iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, K-Supply saves you money on siding too. K-Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see K-Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Show Low.
And there's the kick. It's a low line drive kick. He's up across the 20. He's got the 25 hammer down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
He'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
And that is a touchdown for Sholo.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. Final score, Sholo 38, Winslow 8. Let's go downstairs and check in with Bill London. Bill?
Well, thank you, Camden. Again, I'm here with Coach Little, head coach of the Winslow Bulldogs. Tough night. Jones obviously took a shot, was carted off, went to the hospital in an ambulance, but the CAT scan came back. There was nothing. I mean, he did take a concussion, but everything else is good.
Yeah, first of all, just give all glory on the guy. We want just keep Dallas Jones in your prayers. He did take a good shot, and right now, the early diagnosis of him is that he right now is like a concussion, and so we're very blessed and fortunate that there was no more damage than what it was.
Brent, a tough night, Coach. Obviously, Snowflake Lobos getting after it today. Seemed like second half you guys did a little bit better as far as defensively making some stops, adjustments that you made that the first half maybe that you weren't able to make or that they kind of caught you by surprise?
Well, we knew going in the game that Snowflake would be very physical up front, and they got a lot of great size, and so we just made a little bit minor adjustments, started reaching outside a little bit more, being a little physical at the point of attack instead of sitting back and receiving. Snowflake is a ball club that if you don't do the fundamental things good, and which we didn't do in the first half, they'll really hurt you.
It seemed like defensively they were really teeing off. Again, you talked about it, their size physically on the front and really attacking you guys. It just seemed like really hard to get any kind of consistent offense. Your defense played a lot on the field. How do you respond against a team like that? I mean, hopefully you'll see them again in the playoffs, but it's just going to take a Herculean effort. What do you do against them?
Well, it's one of the things we won't do is just try to change our whole offense. We want to just stick with things that we believe in. Maybe try to make some adjustments up front, try to move people out of the box, and just try to be a little bit more, a little consistent by trying to get people outside of the point of attack. But I just think one of the things I told my offensive coordinator, that we just got to continue to be committed to what we work in. I mean, the worst thing to do is just start doing things that kids don't believe in, and things that really get out of hand. Yeah.
Well, obviously you're doing some great things. I tell you what, your kids battled to the very end. Keen Foster seemed like he really, defensively anyway, leading tackler, didn't seem like we called his name much in the first half. Second half, I thought he did an outstanding job, really sideline to sideline, and the physicalness of him, the way he responded, geez. I mean, he's the complete player.
Yeah, Hakeem is a very good defensive player. He's a kid that's fearless and play reckless on the defense side of the ball. He's been laid up all week, with a deep thigh bruise, so we didn't able to have him a lot during practice, and that's why you probably only saw Hakeem going one way tonight. But, you know, Hakeem is a good ball player, and we're lucky to have him in our program and have him for the years coming up.
Coach, you do an outstanding job, class all the way. Kudos to your kids. I know this wasn't what you wanted for an outcome, but again, the way your kids battle, you know you're going to be back next week. Just want to say thank you. I know it's a tough time to come talk to us, but we do appreciate it. Great insight.
Thank you guys. You guys do a wonderful job for high school football, you know, and just amazing all the work you guys put in and the things you guys do for high school football. Thank you guys.
All righty, thanks. Camden, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill. I think we have a interview with Coach Tenney set up as we'll go downstairs with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Camden. I'm here with Coach Ron Tenney of the Snowflake Lobos. Coach, 38-8, final score. Tell me real quick your first thought that comes to your head when I ask you, how do you feel about your win tonight?
Well, it's a win, and I'm going to take it. But the players know I'm not real happy with the way we finished and just different things that transpired tonight. And so we've got to clean some things up. I was a little frustrated with that. I'm happy that we won. It's always tough to come in here to Winslow and play these guys. They're a good program. Coach Little and his staff do a great job. Good kids over here. And so, you know, we know what kind of opponent we have, but we also know what we can do. And boy, we just look lackluster, I think is the word I would use tonight, with, you know, self-inflicted wounds with penalties and interceptions and turnovers. Those kinds of things just don't bode well when you're wanting to play good and try to clean up things. And coming off last week, you would think we'd look a little sharper than we did tonight.
Yeah, Coach, I caught up with you coming out of the halftime tunnel, and I asked you, what was your message to your kids? You said, we got to clean it up on the offensive side. We're having way too many penalties. And it seemed like in the second half, they might not have listened to you. You still had some penalties going on. How do you correct something like going into next week's practice?
I don't know, you know, unless we have to do up downs or something for every yard penalized or something to impress upon their minds. But I think there's drills and things that we can continue to do in practice that will emphasize being disciplined and those kinds of things. Sometimes the hold calls and that, you know, I can live with. It's the false starts and those things that just drive a coach nuts, I think. But the good thing is they're fixable.
Coach, last question. Early in the game, there was a stoppage and play for an injury, and we had the ambulance come out. Whether it's your team or not, as a player, that's hard to see. And so when your team's over on the sidelines taking a knee, what do you tell your players to try to get them to get back into the game and try to calm their fears?
Well, you just got we just tell them, hey guys, you got to stay focused. You got to, you know, keep your minds right in this. And you hate to see any young man have to be carted off the field like that. And so it does kind of weigh into things because, you know, you have that stall and play, and it's hard to pick up that momentum that you had, you know, previously. Sure. So, you know, that's tough, and maybe that, you know, played a part in it. I don't know.
Well, Coach, in case you're wondering, I caught up with one of the Winslow coaches, and he told me that results came back negative on a CT scan. There was no
okay, that's good to hear.
No head injuries. He was being treated for a concussion. But, you know, everything else as far as spinal.
Always good to hear.
Potential spinal injuries, yeah, everything was fine. Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a safe trip back to Snowflake, and we'll see you next week. Camden?
All right, thanks, Brandon. As we now go to Punt Cooley with a look inside the numbers. Punt?
Okay, Camden, you know, we talked at halftime about just the dominance of Snowflake offensively over the Winslow Bulldogs. Winslow at halftime actually getting 5 total yards of offense. And I got to tell you that dominance continued in the second half, as the score pretty much reflects. Winslow ends the game with total offense of 7 yards, 16 yards through the air, and minus 9 yards on the ground. So you got to credit that Snowflake defense. They just swarmed to the ball very effectively all game today, did the Lobos, and just did an outstanding job of shutting down any opportunity for the Winslow Bulldogs to make any moves. Winslow gets their lone score, of course, in the game off of that late interception, in the fourth quarter that led to a touchdown. But they finished the game tonight, Camden, with 0 first downs for the whole game, does Winslow. On the other hand, Snowflake, you know, they finished that first half with just under 300 yards of total offense. They finished the game just under 400 yards. 395 yards total offense, 298 on the ground, 97 through the air. So a great night tonight by Claridge, the quarterback, going 12 for 20 to get those 97 yards, a passing touchdown, able to get 4 first downs off the passing game and 13 first downs off the running game tonight. So a total of 17 first downs for that Snowflake offense, just doing an outstanding job from start to finish, really through the entire game. The sole turnover again was the interception by Claridge in that fourth quarter. The other area where Snowflake completely dominates is in time of possession. Averaging, first half they were around 17 minutes of possession compared to Winslow's 6.5, and then in the second half, 15 minutes of possession compared to Winslow's 7.5 or so. So, again, just all facets of the game, Snowflake dominating tonight. The one area where I'll give kudos to Winslow is they were not nearly penalized as much as Snowflake. Winslow getting 3 penalties for about 35 yards, and Snowflake tonight, and we heard Coach Tenney talk about it just a second ago. Snowflake ends the game tonight with 14 penalties for over 110 yards. So other than that, the Snowflake Lobos just completely dominate. And if I can quickly go over leading rushers for Snowflake, Drew Snyder, the leading rusher for Snowflake, 6 carries, 135 yards. That's a 22.5-yard average. He scores 2 touchdowns tonight. That Drew Snyder again, 6 carries, 135. Trevor McCray, 13 carries for 83 yards. Zach Solomon, 12 carries for 51 yards. So those are the leading rushers for Snowflake tonight. And again, Claridge finishes the night passing 12 for 20 for 97 yards, Cam.
All right, thanks, Punt. As we go now to Bill London with our Indian Pine Restaurant Player of the Game. Don't forget, you can get great deals out at the Indian Pine Restaurant. Also, our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, and camping gear on the mountain, go to the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260. That's the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. And with our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, here's Bill London. Bill?
Also, the outdoor sports guys, also they're doing a big brown trout contest, 18 inches or more. All you got to do is have a reservation permit, fishing permit, bring it in, and you can get you can win all kind of prizes, big fish every month. I think there's 2 prizes. Hey, we talk about some good athletes out on the field. Keem Foster, I thought defensively for the Winslow Bulldogs, especially second half, we saw him make some great plays. Very impressed by the freshman that played for the Winslow Bulldogs also, and just some solid play. But for the Snowflake Lobos, there are so many to talk about. Claridge did an outstanding job at the QB spot, but also you want to give a shout out to number 28, help me out, the running back, who Solomon, who we saw really tear him up. But ultimately, I think it's going to go to the receiver, number 84.
Drew
Snyder. And again, not only the speed which he got in on the ground as far as running around the outside, but in the air as well. We really saw him trying to go to Flake. We saw Schneider making a couple catches as well. But I think he scored twice, or at least I know he had some significant runs, some big chunk plays. And again, his speed, I think that really just overall really lifted his team. They did an outstanding job as a team, but Schneider is our player of the game.
All right, hats off to Drew Snyder tonight, the 5'10", 160-pound senior, our Indian Pine Restaurant Player of the Game, brought to you by the Indian Pine Restaurant and the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best selection of hiking, hunting, and fishing gear, along with camping gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260. The Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, sponsor of our Player of the Game. That's going to wrap up our broadcast. We say special thanks to tonight's broadcast crew, the production crew on the video side of things tonight for the White Mountain Youth Productions. Technical Director Forrest Fish, Assistant Director William Oakes, Audio Leah Flake. Our field mic was Lene Baltala, who did a terrific job for us. We appreciate her help tonight. Graphics, Travis Plummer. Camera operators tonight, Chelsea Weir, Lisa Nicole, Julio Juarez, Fernando Chi, and Gianna Diaz. Brian Hanlon with iTalk Radio here, our on-site producer. And Brian, any final thoughts or comments from you?
Just that the Snowflake Lobos did exceptionally well tonight. A couple more penalties that they would have wanted, but they played hard. Winslow gave a good push, but couldn't quite get it to them.
They fall 38-8. Thanks, Brian. Advisor Denise Westover for Snowflake High School, and City 4 TV General Manager and Executive Producer Mel West. Our thanks to them. On the iTalk crew tonight, Mike Caldwell, Punt Cooley, Ron Everingham, Bill London, and Brandon Todd. And back in the studio, our in-studio producer tonight, Ashley Fry. Big thanks to her filling in for Royce Kincannon this week and last week, doing a terrific job for us. We appreciate her efforts as well. Don't forget, games will be replayed on City 4 TV this coming Monday and Friday if you'd like to watch it at 7 o'clock, or Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Don't forget, last week's game will be on at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 p.m. And don't forget, you can become a sponsor of White Mountain Sports on City 4 TV. 100% of the money is donated to the White Mountain Youth Productions. You can trust that everything goes to the classes of Sholo and Snowflake High School as these kids receive a great opportunity to bring you the live coverage of these contests. We appreciate the work that they do. You can catch replay as well on at italk1067.com. That's ITALK 1067.com. Once again, the final. Snowflake wins tonight 38-8 over the Winslow Bulldogs. And that'll wrap up our broadcast. We invite you back next week. We'll be in Sholo, I believe, as they take on Casa Grande, as the Cougars try to improve their record next week against Casa Grande. I don't know what their mascot is, but anyway, we'll be there for you. Game time will be 7 o'clock. We invite you on to listen to our pregame show at 6:45. For the entire crew tonight from iTalk Radio and White Mountain Youth Productions, I'm Camden Smith. Until then, so long, everybody.